Well, a pleasant good afternoon and welcome to another edition of Georgetown Eagle Playoff Baseball live this afternoon on the SHNSports.com broadcast network. And for our radio listeners back at home on 106.7 FM, KGTN-LP Georgetown, welcome into the broadcast booth here at Bryan, Texas. I'm Rob Hipp, alongside my good friend and color analyst this evening, Mr. Joshua Harris. We are set for a good one here at Nutrabolt Stadium. 93 degrees under fair skies here this afternoon. The humidity a little sticky at 40%. The winds blowing out of the southeast at 8 miles an hour. Shouldn't be too big of a deal this evening. Well, tonight here in the regional quarterfinals, as we are just underway here in the regional quarterfinals. The first pitch will be scheduled at 7 o'clock, but things rocking and rolling here. It is the 4th-ranked Georgetown Eagles versus the 5th-ranked Magnolia Bulldogs. We go by the TexasHighSchoolBaseball.com poll. And again, as we get started here, wanted to make sure that our playoffs presented by our friends at Cruisin' Kitchens. Joshua, great to be here this evening in beautiful Bryan, Texas, my brother.
Rob, it sure is. And, boy, I tell you what, it is a great atmosphere out here already. The seats are starting to fill up on both sides, and it's so good to see, once again, the Georgetown Eagle fans coming out to support their ball club. And it is going to be a fun night. The weather is perfect, not a cloud in the sky. It is a little humid, but like you said, I don't think that's going to be a big deal. And I just want to take just 1 second to say thanks for letting me have the opportunity to continue in this playoff hunt with you. And I've been excited all week to get back out here and watch these Eagles play baseball tonight.
Well, absolutely. As always, it's our honor and privilege to have you here. Joshua, thanks for being up here. Well, tonight, as I just stated moments ago, it's Magnolia versus Georgetown here at a neutral site at this beautiful Nutrabolt Stadium. As we quickly look at the stadium here, 325s on each corner, and you've got 400 right at center field. This field is completely turf, so you know that it's hot out there this afternoon. Well, Georgetown is 25-7-1. They are the designated home team this evening, 16-0 in 19-5A, of course, coached by Adam Foster. The Magnolia Bulldogs, number 5 in the TexasHighSchoolBaseball.com poll, 22-6-0, 12-2 in District 25A, coached by Taylor Shelfit. And as we are here on the air, we do have our good friend and former Georgetown Eagle SHN color analyst, Matt Leishman. Matt, how you doing this afternoon?
Rob, I'm doing great. It's warm out here in Arizona, but probably not going to be as hot as the action on the field there in Bryan tonight against two teams that are number 4 and number 5 in the state. That's a matchup that could be reserved for a state semi or a state final, but you guys got it in the 3rd round tonight. Going to be a tremendous series, I think.
Well, Matt, we appreciate you as all season calling in and giving a little bit of your thoughts and advice there from Arizona. Hey, man, I got to tell you, some of the Magnolia parents, for those listening out there, I know that you may say, wait a minute, you're saying that we're ranked number 5. That's the Texas High School Baseball poll. The Texas High School Baseball Coaches poll actually has Magnolia in front of Georgetown, but we've been following the .com poll all season. We didn't want to switch it up here and put any bad jinx on it tonight, Matt.
Yeah, Rob, whatever poll you look at, these are two of the best 5A high school teams in the state. Doing a little looking at Magnolia behind the scenes, of course, the 25A district champs, and they went through that 25A gauntlet at 12-2. That's a district we know has Brenham, Tomball Memorial, several quality teams there. They won that district by a couple games.
Yep.
They've won, according to where you look, maybe 26 out of 32 games this year. And when you look up and down the roster, the biggest thing for me against Magnolia, Rob, is that they have 21 players on their roster, and 18 of them are seniors.
And Matt, let's
so
talk
this is
absolutely well-oiled machine, and let's talk about those players real quick, because you've got 2 of the top 50 prospects in the MLB draft on that team. The infielder Jordan Groshans, the Kansas commit, he's number 33 in that draft prospect number, and then the right-handed pitcher. Both of these guys are going to be out there tonight. You've got your right-handed pitcher, the 6'5" TCU commit, Adam Kloffenstein. That is a man to be reckoned with on that Magnolia Bulldog team.
Well, anytime you're in the high school playoffs and you're facing guys that are projected to be MLB prospects, we have a few of those out here in Arizona that we just saw win state titles as well. It's going to be tough, but we know that Wes Gafford, who most likely I guess will pitch tomorrow, he's a TCU commit as well, so he's seeing a future teammate. But Georgetown won't be intimidated by that. I mean, they've got the hitting, they've got the defense and the pitching depth to get this done. But we know Magnolia, extremely talented club, and probably, Rob, the most talented team Georgetown's seen this year.
Well, this is going to be a very tough Magnolia team, but if you look back in their playoff history, the last time that Georgetown played this team was during the tournaments, as we were talking to Coach Adam Foster, and part of what he said was the last time that he believed that these two teams have met up was in some tournament play, not in the playoffs. They did face them in that 2015 state championship run that Georgetown had. If you look back in 2017, the Magnolia Bulldogs lost the opening round of that 3-game series versus Cedar Park. And this was what was crazy, though, Matt. In Game 1, they beat the Timberwolves 11-1, and then they lost 6-5 and 7-0 in the second and third game, respectively. You go back to 2016, the Magnolia Bulldogs lost in that bi-district round, another 3-game series versus College Station, and back then. And then if you look at this year, though, in the bi-district, defeating Elgin 6-4 and 5-3, and then the area round, boy, they dismantled Landale. Not in the first game. That was only 6-1, but they went 15-1. If you look at that, it's 21-2 in the final games of those series coming into this game tonight. But, Matt, you watched the Georgetown game as we lost that opener on Friday versus the team that we just played in Ennis, and then they came back and responded. Mm-hmm. Talk about your thoughts on that game. You brought up a good point. 20-2, they outscored Ennis in the second and third game.
Well, that shows the fight of these Georgetown Eagles. You know, they say it in every sport for every Georgetown team, Eagle fight never dies. And to have a game where you could have won it on a walk-off by Noah Thompson that just barely missed a grand slam by a few feet, and then to fall behind and end up losing that game, but to come back the next day and travel to Ennis. I know you guys were out there, and to be able to put a kind of curb stomping, to be honest with you, in both games, just shows that to me that Georgetown's locked and loaded for the playoffs. They want to make a long run, and to do that, they're going to have to beat a very good Magnolia team. There is, Rob, a couple common opponents between these teams. When we talk about Elgin, who Georgetown swept in the regular season, I believe, looking at the bracket, I believe that first-round series went 3 games. I think Elgin took one, and, you know, districts talk to each other, so you wonder if Coach Foster might have talked to the friends over with the Wildcats to say, you know, what did you guys see in that first round? And conversely, when Georgetown beat Brenham in a very close series in round 1, you've got to think that Magnolia's coaches might have talked to Brenham as well, and that's the other common opponent. Brenham split with Magnolia, and Georgetown, we of course know in the first round, beat Brenham in a highly competitive series in 2 close games.
Awesome. Well, Matt, as always, we appreciate you calling in from Arizona. Any final remarks that you would like to make back at home to the Georgetown family this afternoon?
I just want to say, you know, like you posted on Facebook, that the Georgetown community just keeps representing so well. You get people from the other teams saying when they come to Georgetown, they're treated so well. I miss everybody over there. I'm obviously enjoying it out here, but I'm following this playoff run. And Josh, just a great job on what you're doing there with Rob during this run. And keep it going, guys. We'll be listening as far as the Eagles can take it.
Hey, Matt, thank you very much, man. Boy, I tell you what, I love your baseball knowledge, and you're right. We're watching this game tonight. We're going to need to score some runs because this team can too. So God bless you, buddy, man, and you have a great night.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Once again, Matt Leishman calling in from Arizona. Thank you for your time, Matt. We always appreciate Matt being able to speak with us. Well, again, here in this quarterfinal matchup, the first round of the series, it'll go hopefully just 2 games, but it is the best of 3 games. As we talk about Georgetown, 25-7-0 or 7-1, 16-0 and 19-5A. In the bi-district, Georgetown defeated Brenham 5-4 and 1-0 in games 1 and 2 respectively. And the area round, as we just talked about, lost game 1 to Ennis at home 7-6 on that Noah Thompson almost home run that was literally feet from falling outside of the field over the fence. But on the road the following day, Josh and I were there in the sun. We have still got the tan lines, my man. 10-2 and 10-0. Wesley Gabbard pitching a complete game in one of those games. And a great job for Georgetown. Well, here tonight, though, the competition is going to step up dramatically. No offense to Ennis, no offense to Brenham, but Joshua, the competition now takes it to a whole nother level.
You better believe it.
These Magnolia
Bulldogs.
Bulldogs.
You better believe it. I was thinking on the way drive out here, I was thinking, wow, you know, every new level we get to, the talent gets better and better. And just like you said, tonight we're facing some guys on this team here from Magnolia that have professional ability. And so, but I like what Matt said. He said, these Georgetown Eagles aren't going to be intimidated by what anybody could do in the future. We're going to worry about what we're going to do tonight, and we're going to get this first victory. I'm believing that for this Georgetown Eagle baseball team.
Hey, we're already putting the positive vibes here at Nutrabolt Stadium in Bryan, Texas. Hey, this field is the home to the Brazos Valley Bombers. Wanted to give them a shout out, and our friends here in Bryan, Texas, and the public address announcer tonight. We appreciate him as well, Mr. Richard Zane, the PA announcer. Thank you for being here tonight and allowing us to be in here. Well, we'll talk about that Magnolia starting lineup here tonight as they will bat first. Georgetown, the designated home team, and then tomorrow at 1 o'clock, Georgetown will be the visitor team. But as we quickly go over the Magnolia lineup here for the Bulldogs, leading off, number 4, the shortstop, Jordan Groshans. He's one of those top players that we've talked about here in this pregame. Batting second, the left fielder, number 3, Rance Henry. Batting third, the pitcher, number 24, Adam Kloffenstein. And that is another one that we've talked about. That's 2 of the MLB top 50 prospects here on this Magnolia team. Cleaning up, the third baseman, number 44, Preston Hoffert. In the 5th position, the catcher, number 12, Bo Willis. Batting 6th, the center fielder, number 5, Cody Wagner. And in the bottom 3 at 7, 8, 9, the designated hitter, number 2, Caleb Morris. The second baseman, number 7, Adam Wynn. And finally, last but not least, the right fielder, number 1, Shelby Mullins. For the Georgetown Eagles, for your Georgetown Eagles, batting first will be the shortstop, number 5, Cole Posey, followed by the catcher, number 20, Wide Childress. Batting third, the first baseman, number 23, Colt Moore. Cleaning up tonight, the center fielder, number 6, Ryan Neitsch. Batting 5th, the third baseman, number 7, Jeffrey David. Batting 6th, the designated hitter, number 13, Logan Drake. In the bottom 3, 7, 8, 9, the left fielder, number 25, Hunter Savarese. Batting in the 8th spot, the right fielder, number 17, Noah Thompson. And then finally, again, last but not least, the second baseman, number 8, Luke Seaback. Georgetown in their white jerseys and white pants in Eagle blue pinstripe with Georgetown Eagle blue socks, the numbers in blue with Eagles written in cursive. I believe those are the jerseys in cursive across the front. For the Magnolia Bulldogs, they are in their maroon jerseys, numbers in white, the shoulders and what part of the shirt is that called? Sleeve.
The sleeve cuff there.
The cuff outlined and trimmed in white, and then they're wearing white pants with the maroon pinstripe. Again, we are set for a good one here, brother. Can't believe that we are already here to another week, and honored and blessed again to have you up here. Our thoughts and prayers continue with Galen Welnicki, who is recovering at home. And I got to tell you, he posted a picture. That guy looks 20, no offense, Galen, looks 20 years younger, man.
Yeah, he really is looking like he is getting the rest that he needs. And Galen, I just want to tell you again, thank you for the opportunity, and we hope that you're back real soon.
We'll send it over now for our country's national anthem. Georgetown Eagle baseball continues after this. Welcome back to Nutrabolt Stadium here in Bryan, Texas. Rob Hipp alongside Joshua Harris, Nathan Hyde, our producer tonight. Wanted to welcome in all of our Georgetown family as well as our radio listeners on 106.7 FM KGTN-LP back at home in beautiful Georgetown, Texas. Well, tonight the beauty is here in Bryan at this wonderful facility. And Josh, wanted to talk about, of course, tonight our presenting sponsor is Cruisin' Kitchens. Cameron Davies. Cruisin' Kitchens is proud to support Georgetown Eagle baseball. A custom mobile business fabricator. Their builds range from the world's largest mobile kitchen to full entertainment trailers that include jumbotrons. Cruisin' Kitchens website is online at cruisingkitchens.com. QUARTERFINAL.com. Josh also wanted to thank you, our good friend with the Oak Ridge Disciple House. The Oak Ridge Disciple House is a nonprofit, faith-based Christian character building ministry geared towards reaching men 18 and older who are broken from substance abuse. You can visit them online at oakridgedisciplehouse.com. Hey, new sponsors coming in tonight. We appreciate your sponsorship, Wes Strahan and Mike Pickle from Texas Tradition Roofing, a proud supporter of Georgetown Eagle baseball, commercial and residential roofing repair and replacement. Texas Traditions Roofing is online at texastraditionsroofing.com. Josh, we got a few more there.
Yes, we do. Georgetown Interstate Transmission and Auto Repair. Joe Kay over there doing a great job. Georgetown Internet Transmission and Auto Repair is honored to support the Georgetown Eagle baseball team. They specialize in a wide variety of auto repair services. Their website is georgetownautorepair.com. Also, we have Georgetown Shirt Company, Craig and Sandy Mooney out of Georgetown. The Georgetown Shirt Company supports Georgetown Eagle baseball fully, specializing in screen printing, embroidery, promotional products, and much, much more. Their website is gtshirt.com. Also supporting baseball tonight for Georgetown Eagles is Gateway Mortgage Group and Matt Morrow over there and his team doing a great job. Gateway Mortgage Group is a proud supporter of Georgetown Eagle baseball, home mortgage lender who believes it's all about communities, families, and homes. Gateway Mortgage Group is online at borrowfrommorrow.com. Also coming in to support the Eagle baseball team tonight is Georgetown U-Haul and Climatized Container Self-Storage. Toll Harris over there with a great last name. Georgetown U-Haul and Climatized Containers proudly supports Georgetown Eagle baseball. One-stop shop for moving supplies and storage. Their website is climatizedcontainer.com.
And we'll get to the other sponsors as this game continues. Again, thanks to everybody for supporting your Georgetown Eagles. Again, leading off tonight for the Magnolia Bulldogs will be the shortstop number 4, Jordan Groshans. On the mound for Georgetown, the pitcher tonight, Grayson Smith, a right-handed pitcher for Georgetown, stands with that right foot to the right of the rubber here on this all-turf field. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. We'll have stats and more in the ERA for Grayson. The first pitch on its way, and boy, they're going to call him tight tonight. That one a little low into the outside, brings up an early ball here on Groshans, 1-0. The wind-up right-handed delivery, this time too low into the outside as it bounces off the turf. Early 2-0 count. Not how Georgetown wanted to start things here, Joshua.
Yeah, you want to try to start off with at least one strike, but that's okay. You know, I think he's just got to get settled down just a little bit. His catcher's out to talk to him now, maybe just to do just that, just to encourage him a little bit, say, hey, listen, just play catch with me, and we're going to be all right.
Well, for Georgetown, Grayson Smith now, his 51.1 innings pitched as he comes into this contest. He's played in 11 games, started in 11 games. He's got a 6-2 record as Grayson Smith. And as we look here, this one is going to hit foul for the first strike of this at bat. 2-1 the count. Grayson Smith has an ERA of 2.73 if you round it up, so not a bad season for Grayson. And in fact, all the Georgetown pitching staff that we've seen out there regularly has done a great job here in the season and now in postseason play.
You're right about that. This pitching coaching staff has done a great job with these young men.
Smith with the sunshine in his eyes, the right-handed delivery. This one is chopped foul off the third base side into the back of the net. The count now even at 2-2.
Looks like he's got settled down. That catcher went out there and just said, hey, come on, we got this. Got it caught back up 2-2, and that's really good.
Still got a lot of time before the sun sets here. For those listening, not a cloud in the sky, at least from our vantage point here up in the open-air press box. Boy, this is a beautiful facility to broadcast baseball out of.
Sure is.
On a 2-2, this one chops over, back on the fence as well, and the count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. We talk about this as you look at the field out here, Joshua, as far as the sunlight goes. You've got the sun right in the eyes of the Georgetown pitcher, Grayson Smith. You've got a little shadow, though, over home plate. And other than that, pretty much the entire field is under sunlight except that first base line up to the pitcher's mound.
Yeah, boy, I tell you what, I was looking at him. You can tell he's squinting a little bit. I know those outfielders probably got those sunglasses on right now because it is definitely bright and shiny.
Top of the first we are. First batter at bat in a 2-2 count. Battling here versus Grayson Smith. This one going to ground up over, and Jeffrey David trying to get to Cole Moore, and he got him on a nice little easy 5-3 put out.
Yeah, boy, I tell you what, he threw that just a little bit low, but that first baseman did a great job scooping down and getting that first out.
We'll beg your pardon, or beg our pardon. We were not able to obtain stats for Magnolia. That's the way it goes in high school sometimes. But we do have stats, of course, for Georgetown. Second in the order now for the Magnolia Bulldogs, the left fielder, number 3, Rance Henry. He is a left-handed hitter, stands with that left foot right on the line down near the corner.
Yeah, he is right on that line, boy.
Holds the bat at about a 45-degree angle. He stands straight up. The pitch clipped the corner for a strike off the glove of Grayson Smith.
That was a beautiful pitch right on that line.
0-1 count here, 1 out, top of the first, just underway here on a beautiful night for baseball in Bryan, Texas. Grayson Smith on the mound for the Georgetown Eagles as he kicks up the left leg, the right-handed delivery. This one got away from him. Trying to get him to bite on it. The steaks aren't ready to be cooking yet, 1-1.
Yes.
We talked about those ribeyes last 2 games for Georgetown. Boy, I think the grills burned through.
We really had a lot of steak to talk about on those 2 games there in Ennis, and it was a fun weekend.
This one chopped over, and it goes foul at the last minute. 1-2 the count is.
That was really close.
Cole Moore was there to get the unassisted tag at first, but at the last minute it dropped over that first base line. The count now 1 ball and 2 strikes here on 1 out. Top of the first we are, no run, second batter at bat for the Magnolia Bulldogs.
And you can see that swing went right down that first base line. With these left-handed batters, you got to be real ready.
Well, Josh coming in here, I came in really early. I'm staying at the Days Inn. I didn't feel like driving back and coming all the way back tomorrow morning.
I heard you mention that, and I was thinking about it myself, and then a couple of meetings popped up early in the morning, so I'm going to drive back tonight and then drive back after my meetings tomorrow and meet up with you.
Well, we appreciate you being here all throughout our playoff run as Galen recovering back at home. 1-2 here for Grayson Smith and the Georgetown Eagles. Kicks up the left leg, the right-handed fastball to the outside. 2-2 even count we are. As we quickly go over that Georgetown defense, of course, Grayson Smith on the mound. Wyatt Childress behind catching tonight, number 20 at first base. Number 23, Cole Moore. Second, number 8, Luke Seaback. You've got Jeffrey David, number 7 at third. The shortstop, Cole Posey. Left to right, Hunter Savarese, Ryan Neitch, and Noah Thompson. Here on a 2-2, pitch on the way. This one a little too low and bounces around. Childress finally able to see it. Luckily, nobody on base there, and the count now full at 3-2.
Yeah, I'm really glad there was nobody because he just lost it and then was looking around, but no harm, no foul, nobody on base right now, so it's okay.
There's an issue tonight with the server back at KGTN, we were told, so we may not be on the air there yet, but we are, of course, always online here on the stream. This one swung at it as he was battling. Tip foul as it goes to the back of the brick. The count remains full at 3-2.
Yeah, he took a big swing on that one, got just a tiny piece of it. That was a good pitch.
So the 3-2 payoff pitch upcoming here to the left-handed hitter, Rance Henry. We're only in the second batter, and quite a few pitches have already been thrown here to start this ball game. Right-handed pitch, swing and a miss, got him. Strikeout for the Georgetown Eagles for the second out. 2 up, 2 down. That'll bring up third in the order, the pitcher. And one of those stars that we talked about, ranked 46 in the MLB Top 50 draft, the 6'5" TCU commit, Adam Kloffenstein. He is a right-handed batter, and boy, he has got a big frame out there for these Bulldogs.
I was just about to say that is a big boy that just stepped up to bat, but I think we're going to be all right here. We just keep pitching good balls here.
First pitch on the way. Tried to curve it too far outside for a ball, 1-0. Josh, I was going to mention up here, we can see it tonight because we're behind the home plate.
You know what? This is a beautiful facility, like you said, and this box up here is perfect. We can see everything going on this field, and I love it.
Second pitch on the 1-0. Right across on the fastball for the strike, 1-1. So 2 up, 2 down already here for Magnolia. As third in the order, the pitcher, number 24, Adam Kloffenstein, trying to get things going for his Bulldog team, a team that really put a whipping on their opponent this last one. This one grounds right over to Jeffrey David. He has time, and another 5-3 ground out. 3 up, 3 down for the Georgetown Eagles. No runs, no hits, no errors. No one left on base. We'll step aside. The bottom of the first upcoming. You're listening to Georgetown Eagle Playoff Baseball presented by Cruising Kitchens. Back in action here from Nutrabolt Stadium in Bryan, Texas. Rob Hipp with Joshua Harris. Through the top of the first, no runs scored by Magnolia. Georgetown will be at bat now, but quickly we want to make sure that we give thanks to our supporters here for Georgetown Eagle Baseball. Joshua?
You bet. Wanted to get to this last but definitely not least, we appreciate all of the sponsors for Georgetown Eagle Baseball and SHN. Program Insurance Group, Doug Groves over there and his team doing a great job. Program Insurance Group proudly supports the Georgetown Eagle baseball team. Business insurance is their specialty. Their website is PIGBCSDOT.com.
Appreciate all of our supporters. Back in action here. Bottom of the first, about to get started. On the mound is Kloffenstein getting those warm-up pitches. A right-handed pitcher for the Magnolia Bulldog team. And, boy, Georgetown has got to come out swinging here. You know, we talked about last series that Cole Posey had to get started after that first game. He went 0-5. He came back and responded in a very resilient Georgetown Eagle way and helped his team get those 2 victories in the following day. And Joshua, we got to talk about it. That was on the Ennis Lion home field.
I tell you what, it was so fun. You know that. I know they tell you to let things go, but that robbed by the wind or grand slam. Boy, I tell you what, I'm still thinking about that a little bit. But they came in, they didn't let it get them down, and they came and played just some of the best high school baseball that I've seen, and it was a lot of fun. And we're expecting nothing but the same thing tonight out of these Georgetown Eagles, because I know, like Matt said, that these guys want to come in here and go deep and go to state. I mean, that's the bottom line. We want to go the way, but we gotta get this series taken care of, and so we're hoping for some big bats tonight to start this thing off.
Cole Posey leading off for the Georgetown Eagles, 131 plate appearances. He's averaging 240 on the season, 24 hits. He's reached first base 14 times. This will be a good time here on his 37th game played now of this 2018 campaign. The first pitch off the right hand of Kloffenstein will trail over on a curve to the outside for a ball, 1-0. Good eye there by Copo, not biting on it early.
Good patience.
Next pitch, quickly back in delivery here, and we're going to see that from Kloffenstein. 1-1, that one called strike, even count.
Yeah, this umpire likes this left line here, and so we're going to have to watch that.
Kloff kicks up the left leg. Right-handed pitch grounds off the third base behind Coach Adam Foster and into the Georgetown Eagle dugout for a foul ball, 1-2.
Big cut there, just fouled back.
That must be his mama down there. Kloffenstein's mom, that is. She's right behind home plate. A lot of Magnolia fans, of course. Georgetown showing up in the sea of blue. This pitch too high to even the count of 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Hey, I just saw something that we have in Georgetown. That wall there, it's got a nice concrete barrier on the bottom, and it's going to bounce back quick. So that'll be interesting to see how some of these pass balls do tonight.
Well, that's always something that's came to the advantage of the catcher who can get behind it. The pitch here on the way, and this one drops in for the curve and got him struck out looking for the first out. 1 up, 1 down. Moves to the second batter, the catcher, number 20, Wyatt Childress.
Yeah, that was just a really, really great pitch there. He just kind of looked at it go by, but we got to move forward from that now.
32nd game of the year for Wyatt Childress. Averages 270 here in this 2018 Georgetown Eagle baseball campaign. A right-handed hitter for the Eagles. And wanted to mention, too, something cool on those Georgetown jerseys. They've got the Texas flag on the right sleeve. That one, as he tried to take a bunt, will go off the back of the bat into the net in front of us. 0-1 is a foul.
Love that flag there, but also love these uniforms because, Rob, guess what? We can see every single one of these numbers right now. I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see what uniforms they wear tomorrow because, with those camouflage ones, we have a hard time reading some of those numbers, but these are clear and nice.
Well, the stadium here has a nice permanent awning as the second pitch on the change there goes for a strike, 0-2. Wanted to mention that there to paint the picture as we continue for our radio audience. A permanent metal structure overclosed here in this open air baseball field. Beautiful area to sit under, and we don't have to worry about the sun in this series.
Oh, no. Yeah, we're talking to this.
0-2 delivery off the right hand. Hits this one foul. The velocity behind that ball, you're going to have to square up and pop that one if you want to get a good hit.
Yeah, 24 has definitely got some great movement on his baseballs. He's throwing a lot of different pitches and some good movement. So we're going to have to be real patient and really take those pitches smartly.
Kloffenstein on the mound, and a lot of times you see that right-handed pitcher with his right foot just to the right of right on the right edge of the rubber. He actually stands with his right foot more to the left side of that rubber, if you'll notice that. from where he stands out there on the raised pitcher's mound. 0-2 the count here, 1 out, no score. Bottom of the first we are. Georgetown at bat, second in the order, Childress on the 0-2 pitch. Swung, bit at that one, and a back-to-back strikeout looking. 2 up, 2 down. That'll bring up the first baseman, Cole Moore. 38th game played of the season. Cole, though, Joshua averages .410. He had some big hits in game 2 and 3 for the Eagles to propel them to that playoff matchup versus Ennis in the victory.
Boy, he sure did. He had a really hot bat this last weekend, and we're sure hoping that continues because he can definitely put that metal on that ball.
Kloffenstein, the right-handed pitch to the left-handed hitter. This one too high into the outside, makes it an early 1-0 count on Comore. Hey, thanks for the fill-up, man, the Gatorade, brother.
Oh, you bet.
I'm going to have to write you a big check after all this.
Yeah, like I said, we'll just pay at the end of the year, no problem.
1-0 as Cole tries to swing at it and misses 1-1. It's going to be a tough night here versus Adam Kloffenstein. Georgetown's got to find their rhythm back on the offensive end.
Yeah, Kloffenstein's really dialed in and really thrown some good pitches. Give him credit for that for sure.
1-1, 2 outs, no score. Bottom of the first, third in the order. Cole Moore trying to get a hit. This one too low. And Cole now in a 2-ball, 1 strike at bat. Even an air conditioner, a fan up here.
I tell you what, you know, and you were just saying how nice the stadium is, and everyone's covered. And so, boy, on these really hot baseball days, this is a great stadium for fans as well, not getting burnt up.
2-1 pitch way too far to the outside, makes it 3 balls and 1 strike. So that's the first time Kloffenstein has been in 3-ball territory, well, even for that matter, 2 balls in his first pitching here of this afternoon here in the bottom of the first. 3-1, Cole Moore at bat trying to get a hit for Georgetown. Pitch on his way, too low, and he walked in. Cole Moore is going to reach on a base on balls, and that will bring up the cleanup, the center fielder, number 6, Ryan Knight.
Yeah, really good Moore there, being patient, making sure that it was a good pitch, and he did get that walk. And so, like we say in all leagues, a walk is just as good as a hit as long as you get to first base. And so let's see what old Nitch can do here up at the plate to bring him around a little bit.
So Ryan Knight.
Sorry about that, family.
Yeah,
Knight.
Better watch Miss
Knight
down there.
I know. She will come right up here. Please forgive me.
First pitch on the way is going to go for a ball here to Ryan Knight. You talk about the speed of Georgetown, the stolen bases, as several of the top 3 on the team, over 30 stolen bases on this season. Cole Moore in there as well. And he is leading off by about 6 feet or 7 feet there at the first base line. 1-0, 2 outs here for Georgetown, 1 on. The pitch on the way, swing and a miss on Ryan Knight to even it at 1-1.
Oh, that's some good velocity on that fastball right there. This kid's got a little bit of heat going with this heat here tonight.
Well, hey, for our friends out there, wanted to remind you the SHN Georgetown Eagle fan line is open. Feel free to text us at 512-522-9105. As Knight swung on this one and missed 1-2. Again, the SHN fan line. Let us know you're listening. Let us know who you'd like to give a shout out to tonight. Again, that text line is open at 512-522-9105. Joshua 1-2 here for Kloffenstein as he's trying to leave Georgetown with 1 on and retire. Pitch here, too high inside. Boy, look at the snag of the glove, and you can hear the pop behind it. The velocity from that young man is unbelievable.
Yeah, he had him high up on that, too. I'm glad that didn't catch him on the elbow there on Knights. That would have not felt good at all.
2-2 on the ball that was high into the inside. The 2-2, this one popped up foul territory. The first one over to right field that we've seen. And this is a stadium that has the right field all the way down to the corner at 325 for the fans. So normally you've got a grassy area at a lot of these stadiums. Well, here you've got a box over there all the way down to the corner.
Yeah, they get an opportunity to catch some of those foul balls up there, kind of like in a regular stadium. That's not covered, and so they're definitely getting some of that sun over there. But it's starting to really go down. It even looks like the getting more of a shadow here as well as the sun goes down here tonight.
Cole Moore hitting over 400. He's on base. Ryan Knight at the plate now and struck him out looking. Boy, that one looked like it was far out, but they say no way. And in this inning, no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on. We're through the first inning. Top of the second upcoming. Don't go anywhere, folks. Georgetown Eagle Baseball and SHN Sports continues in a few moments. Welcome back to Georgetown Eagle playoff baseball here in this regional quarterfinal round. Of course, our presenting sponsor, Cruising Kitchens, Cameron Davies, proud to support Georgetown Eagle baseball. Cruising Kitchens, a custom mobile business fabricator. Their builds range from the world's largest mobile kitchen to full entertainment trailers that include jumbotrons. Cruising Kitchens in San Antonio, Texas. Their website, cruisingkitchens.com. Those guys are getting ready to open up a Garden Ridge-sized showroom down there in San Antonio. It is simply unbelievable. He's even got a reality TV show that's on TLC Network, man.
So. Man, I'm going to have to go down there and check that out with you. Every time you talk about them, it just sounds so interesting. And so we have to maybe go down there and see them down there.
That's going to bring up here for the Magnolia Bulldogs. Fourth in the order, the third baseman cleaning up number 44, Preston Hufford. A right-handed batter from the right-handed pitching of Georgetown's Grayson Smith. With that right foot on the right of the rubber, the first pitch on the way, clipped him on the corner. The fastball for a strike, 0-1.
Yes, let's see if we can continue the good pitching on this side of it as well. Great first pitch.
This is a Georgetown team that made their state title run back in 2015, trying to get back there again here in 2018. The right-handed fastball, this one too high into the inside to even it at 1-1. A Magnolia Bulldog team that Georgetown has faced in tournaments outside the regular season, the last time back in 2015. And our latest stat that we heard, Georgetown is 2-1 versus Magnolia, but this is an entirely different team. Right-handed pitch. This one got away from him as he's trying to change it back to the inside, 2-1. And I know we've talked about it a lot, but when you've got two of the top 50 prospects on your team, you're going to have a different team.
Yeah, absolutely. That team then was good, but this team here is ready to go.
Right-handed pitch. The fastball looked like it got the corner, but the ump says nope. 3-1. The first time it's been at a 3-1 here. There was a payoff pitch to Rance Henry where he struck out swinging back in the first, but for Preston Hufford here, 3-1. He's got his option to look at this next one.
You bet. Smith's going to need to just dial in and throw him. I just threw him a straight strike here.
Grayson on the mound, right foot to the right side of the rubber. Lets this one fly, grounds over. David has been busy, and that's going to be an error on David. That one goes right into the hand, into the glove of Jeffrey David. He will reach, and we will call that an E5 there on Jeffrey David.
Yeah, David, boy, I tell you, that was a hard-hit ball, but it just went right, just tipped his glove and went right through his legs. So, yeah. Just have to shake that off and chalk that up to the baseball game. But we've got one on now.
Well, David's been busy tonight there at third base as he's thrown over to his buddy at first, Cole Moore, several times. The sunshine right in the eyes of those infielders of Georgetown, Cole Posey and Jeffrey David. They've got their shades on right now.
You better believe it. It is right in their eyes.
Bo Willis, the pitch on the way to him is called ball. 1-0 here for the catcher, number 12. Fifth in the order on deck, the center fielder, number 5, Cody Wagner. As Coach Adam Brindley going to head over to the mound here and talk things over with Grayson Smith. The catcher, Wyatt Childress, up there as well. Wyatt, we've talked about how fast he is behind that catcher's plate. Not only the strength and the speed off of his arm when he throws, but also those leg works, the NASA rockets that he's rented from Houston, Texas.
You better believe it. He is phenomenal behind that plate and has got great speed. Brindley probably came out there and said, hey, this is what this guy's done. Probably got some scouting on him. Here's what we're going to do.
1-0, the count here to Bo Willis. Grayson Smith with the stance. Now winds up, delivers, hit, foul, third over to the first base line and over the fence here. 1-1, even count.
Yeah, big swing on that, fouled it back.
Well, he probably wouldn't be renting those rockets from NASA. You know, the government doesn't really, they privatized all that. Maybe SpaceX.
Something to the effect, yes.
1-1 here for Georgetown's Grayson Smith. This one popped way up into the air, and in the sunshine, Ryan Neitz is going to chase it down. They've got to communicate. And who pulled up with that? Was it Thompson? It was Ryan Neitz. Boy, running over there was Noah Thompson. The communication wasn't there, and they ran into each other. Ryan Neitz still able to haul that one down there, though, on the fly 8.
You know, you always worry about that every time two guys are verging on the ball, and, you know, you'd think they're screaming at each other. But I'm so glad, even though they collided, that he was able to hold on to that baseball.
We saw another similar play back in Game 3 versus Ennis where Jeffrey David and Cole Posey normally communicating well, and David snagged that one away on a 5-3 in that ball game. Pitch here on the way. The fastball for the strike as he looked at it against Cody Wagner, 0-1.
Yeah, just as we're thinking when we're kids, you know, every time you see outfitters converging, it always reminds you of the Bad News Bears, and you don't want that collision out there between them.
0-1 delivery here on 1 out. Sixth in the order we are, the center fielder, number 5, Cody Wagner, as Georgetown's first pick attempt, trying to keep that base runner honest on a 1-3 over to Cole Moore was Grayson Smith. And remember who's on over there who reached on that error moments ago, the third baseman, number 44, Preston Hoffert. Matt Leishman giving a shout out as he texted us earlier to our SHN fan line saying, shout out to Galen Welnicki. Keep getting better, my friend. Couldn't agree more than that. Jared Pierce, his grandparents from the Frio River. I wonder if they're floating in the Frio. You got to float in the Frio.
You got to on a day like today, that's for sure.
Down in Concan, Texas. Appreciate Jared Pierce, his family down in South Texas. A pitch here, clipped the corner for a strike on the change, 0-2.
That was a great pitch. Lots of great movement on it.
Deranged on the change.
Deranged on the change.
Well, again, want to shout out as well to the fans in Magnolia listening. I know this is a Georgetown broadcast, but we appreciate Magnolia as well. Thank you for joining us. Right-handed pitch. This one popped way up into the air. The right fielder, Thompson, and now actually the second baseman going to come over, Luke Seaback, on a fly over there to right field on the infield, but we'll call it a pop-up to the second baseman on the fly for the second out.
Yeah, great communication there. First baseman was looking forward, and he called him off, and he moved quickly, and they were able to make that great catch.
Down to the bottom 3 in the order. The first one here to be the designated hitter, number 2, Caleb Morris, a right-handed batter for the Bulldogs of Magnolia. Again, in those maroon jerseys and white pants and striped in maroon. White numbers, white trim around the sleeves. Swing and a miss on the first pitch to Caleb Morris, 0-1.
Big, nice fastball there from Smith.
Regional quarterfinal playoff action here at Nutrabolt Stadium in Bryan, Texas. 0-1, 2 outs we are. Top of the second, no runs. Pitch by Grayson Smith. Tried to curve that one back to the inside, but not in enough time. And the count now at 1 ball and 1 strike.
Watching Smith on that pitch there, looks like he's falling a little bit too forward, and it's just moving on him too much.
Well, the infield starting to get covered in shadow now with a few glimpses in between. Tried to change it up again, and that time it did not reach back in time. Now 2 balls and 1 strike.
That one definitely had more control on it. Was a lot closer. If he gets that thing dialed in, that's going to be a nasty pitch to hit.
2-1. Holding the bat at a 90-degree angle behind his helmet is Caleb Morris. Grayson Smith, the staggered stance, the right-handed pitch high, brings it up to 3-1.
Brought that one back in and just high on that one. I think he's going to get this thing dialed in. He's working it out right now. I think he's working out just a little bit of the nerves and he's going to get dialed in here.
Grayson back into his stance with his right hand in the left hand of his glove. Pitch here, popped up into the air, and once again the second baseman, Luke Seaback, going to get under it in the sunshine with the left-handed grab for the fly 4 over into right field. Once again, for Georgetown, they did allow 1 to reach on an error, but no runs, no hits, 1 error, 1 left on base. We're through 1.5. Bottom of the second upcoming. Georgetown Eagle Baseball presented by Cruising Kitchens. We'll continue in a few moments.
Welcome back here to Bulldog Stadium. No, not Bulldogs.
Well, it might as well be tonight.
Yeah,
Nutrabolt.
Nutrabolt Stadium, and we want to, as the teams are warming up here, recognize our sponsors. Oak Ridge Disciple House is a nonprofit faith-based Christian character building program geared towards men 18 and up who are broken from substance abuse. You can visit Oak Ridge at www.oakridgedisciplehouse.com, and we'll get to some of these that we've got here a little bit later.
And Josh, that one fell right into your hands because you are the director of Oak Ridge Disciple House. So that sponsor read fell right into you, man.
Well, I tell you what, I really appreciate the opportunity to share what we're doing. And anyone that wants help, you can reach out to us, and I'll find a place for you to get the help you need.
Pitch on the way here, popped way up into the air, and that one should ding off the back of the roof here for Jeffrey David. Fifth in the order, the third baseman for the Georgetown Eagles. And the early count here on David will be 0-1, of course, on the mound for Magnolia, Adam Kloffenstein. Next pitch, swing, foul tip, 0-2. Well, Jeffrey David has been busy out there at third base. He did have that error on the defensive end previously, but we saw some big things by him in this previous series.
Tell you what, he is a young man that can really get it going, and that's what we're hoping here, to get this first man on base and get some runners to the plate.
39th game played, averages .343, but that's going to go down a little bit as he struck out swinging here on the third pitch.
Oh, I tell you what, Kloffenstein is really throwing a good baseball tonight. We're going to have to really be dialed in and make some contact here as we get into this bottom of this second inning.
That's the fourth strikeout that he's thrown on 5 batters. It'll bring up 6th in the order, the designated hitter, Logan Drake, and Logan bites on it 0-1 to start things for Logan Drake. Logan at one point this season, we've talked about it, he was over 500 through the three-quarter mark here in the season, but he has slowed down significantly, averaging .360 now, which is still a good percentage in his 28th game. This one, he laces it out to left field for a base hit. Logan Drake looked back up here and said, you know what, Rob? Don't doubt me, brother. I'm going to get there on first base. What a hit by Logan Drake.
Yes, it's like he heard you and said, you know what? I'm going to get a hold of this one, and we're going to get this thing going for my Georgetown Eagle team.
That'll bring up the 7th position, the left fielder, number 25, Hunter Savarese. You know, I got to give Logan a hard time because he's dating my girlfriend's little sister.
Right.
So I got my eagle eyes, no pun intended, eagle eyes on Logan.
You better believe it. Boy, we got to look out for those girls.
He's a good man, though. Pitch on the way here to Savarese as he looked at it, thought about it, and then looked, and it is a strike, though, 0-1. Hunter Savarese, his 33rd game of the season. A good average for him as well at .342.
Yeah, Savarese got a quick bat and quick leg, so it'd be good to get him on base as well.
Well, it's the two tall men against each other. This one grounds right into the glove, and that one thrown away on the pitcher. That is an error by Kloffenstein, and that'll advance Logan Drake over to second as that one laced right into his glove, and he threw it over to the second baseman, but out of his reach. Hunter Savarese will reach on the E1.
Yeah, he threw that right into the ground, and that second baseman wasn't able to dig that out. That was an easy double play, and so we really caught a break there as he threw that ball into the outfield, and we were able to get man on first and second now.
That'll bring up the left-handed hitter for Georgetown, 8th in the order, the right fielder, number 17, Noah Thompson. Boy, Noah had the big one that almost sealed the deal in game 1, but it just dropped about 3 feet in front of the fence.
Now, that's not an error. I'm sorry, I called out the second baseman on the shortstop, right? And you don't give an error to a pitcher for a bad throw, do you?
I'd give him an E1, yeah.
Okay.
He threw it bad.
Okay.
I don't know what the official score is, but...
Yeah, I heard them say that wasn't over here to my left, that wasn't an error, but maybe he was saying not an error on the shortstop, would be on the pitcher, though, right? Because that was definitely a throw into the ground there.
They know more than me.
Yeah.
You know, I'm still a newbie, but I would still say it is.
I know the pitchers are up, but I don't think we put them on a pedestal, right?
Yeah.
Even though they're up on the mound.
I got it. It's the
little baseball humor there for
pitch
you.
Here, Thompson grounds it. It is foul at the last moment. Boy, if he would have got that one, that could have been 2 runs possibly scored for Georgetown as it hugged that first base line, and right before the base, it rolled foul. Tough break for Noah Thompson, but boy, he got a lick on it.
Rob, I'm telling you what, that couldn't have been but an inch over into the foul territory. That was a great hit. If he could just have gotten that thing straightened out a little bit more. You're right, 2 runs probably would have scored on that.
0-1 the count here, 1 out, bottom of the second inning, no runs, but Georgetown has base runners on first and second. It's Savarese at 1, Logan Drake at second. Logan leading off by about 10 feet towards that third base mark. Swing and a miss here, Noah Thompson, 0-2.
That was a big cut, big cut. He wanted that one.
Thompson, 33rd game this season. He averages .242 for the Georgetown Eagles, 15 hits. A 16th hit would surely score a run here for Georgetown. Kloffenstein on the mound for Magnolia, kicks up the right-handed delivery, high into the outside. The first ball of this at bat, 1-2.
Good eye there, staying off of that high ball there.
One-two delivery upcoming here for Kloffenstein. Again, stands with that right foot on the left edge of the base. Pitch on, swing and a miss. Struck him out. And that'll bring up the bottom of the order the second baseman, Luke Seaback. Boy, talk about the pitching of Kloffenstein redeeming itself. That is already, Joshua, his 5th strikeout of this ball game. Those 5 strikeouts coming on 8 batters.
I tell you what, this young man has definitely got a great arsenal of pitches, and he just got him with not a straight fastball, but boy, had a little bit of movement on it, but it was just really, really fast. And so I don't know what kind of clock they've got on him, but this young man can pitch.
Luke Seaback, his 38th game of the season, averages .240, slugs .253. He's got 18 hits, reached first base 17 times, back to a right-handed pitcher. You're talking about there's a lot of scouts here, and I'm trying to read their guns right below us.
Yeah, you better believe there's some scouts with this regional quarterfinal as we're in this 3rd round now, and they're out here looking.
Well, I figured out, I'm trying to eat healthier. But I figured out if I sit all the way back in this chair, it falls down, so I sit on the edge of it.
You know, Rob, I was just going to say, you look about 5 or 6 pounds lighter this week than last week's, and so I'm proud of you.
Hey, appreciate you, man.
Yeah, I do. Your face looks a little thinner today, so those sparkling waters are working.
Hey, man, just one of those things that appreciate
it's good to get off those. Good to get off those sodas too, because that's the first part of getting a good diet going too. So I'm proud of you.
Delivery here, too far outside, 2-0. Well, appreciate the prayers too, man, because a healthy diet. As a believer, I believe in a healthy prayer, and it's helping me, man.
It all comes around. I promise. And God will bless it too, because the better you take care of the body He gave you, the more He'll bless it. And so I'm real proud of you. And believe me, coming from a guy who used to be very overweight, once you really start feeling it, I'm telling you what, there's just nothing like it.
There's a hunger for it.
There really is. You get through that initial shock and awe, and then it really starts to be fun.
2-0 delivery here. This one popped up into the air. Surely going to be an out here. Chasing it down, the second baseman, Adam Wynn, and over near the first base line on the fly 4. And that is a tough break for Georgetown because they get no runs on 1 hit. There was 1 error, but they leave 2 on base. Georgetown has already left 3 on, has not been able to score here through 2. We move to the top of the 3rd. Georgetown Eagle Baseball presented by Cruising Kitchens will continue in a few moments.
You want
Welcome back in action. Georgetown Eagle Baseball live tonight on the SHNSports.com broadcast network. Do have a correction from Coach up here in the booth with us. Wanted to correct that and make sure that we've got our numbers correctly together. That was not considered an error on the pitcher on that last play that we called earlier. We scored it as an E1, but they're saying a fielder's choice, so no error. So he just reached on the fielder's choice.
Number 7, Adam Wynn.
So we will keep it official with the book up here. We appreciate the folks up here.
Yeah. So we learned something. We were asking what would they consider that, and so I'm glad we've got the understanding of that now. Well, the sun's gone down, Rob, and it looks like things are clearing up a little bit as far as the eyes and the brightness and so forth. So this thing ought to get going smooth here now.
Adam Wynn, who had that out for Georgetown on the defense, swings and foul tips here into the back of the net, 0-1.
Catcher out to talk to Smith. Number 7 Win back in the box now.
0-1 here, Grayson Smith. Right-handed pitch on the change, too low, and makes it 1-1 even count here on Adam Wynn.
Yeah. Adam Wynn standing way deep back in that batter's box. Foot's on the back line.
On the 1-1, goes too far, low into the out, 2-1. It's the 8th batter here coming. Finally here in the 3rd inning for Magnolia. Grayson Smith keeping his composure here. The change here got him for a strike to even the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Beautiful fastball there.
Top of the 3rd inning, 2-2 delivery. Grayson Smith, no runs, Magnolia at bat. As you just said a while ago, Joshua, the sun is set here. Swing and a miss. That one was inside, but he bit at it anyways, and a strikeout swinging. That'll be the 2nd strikeout here for Georgetown pitcher Grayson Smith. For the 1st out, moves us to the bottom of the order, the right fielder, number 1, Shelby Mullins.
Yeah, that was a great pitch there to get him to just choke inside. It wasn't a strike, but he got him to take it as one.
Mullins, a right-handed batter, stands about centered in the box. Holds the bat at 45. Pitch here, the fastball, too low. No balls and 1 strike, or beg your pardon, 1 ball, no strike here from Mullins. Grayson starting to get into his windup a little quick here. Pitch now on the way to the inside. 2-0.
Smith working hard now to find these corners. He's just a tad off. I mean, his velocity's nice tonight. He's just on these change-ups and these outside pitches. He's just missing it by an inch or two. It's not that they're crazy pitches. He's just missing.
Well, the last one was a ball, 3-0 now. And Smith lets this one and got him for the strike that time, 3-1. So the options for Mullins, he looked at that one to make it 3-1. He's still got another opportunity here. Next pitch, tip foul into the back of the net. We've got a payoff upcoming, 3-2.
Yeah, good on Smith to get this thing caught up, full count now. Battling back from 3-0.
Countdown on the board, too high inside, had to inchworm around it, and that's going to be a walk. So on a payoff pitch, the bottom of the order, Mullins will reach on a walk to be the first one on base here for the Magnolia Bulldogs in this 3rd inning. And that is only the 2nd time that they have had a base runner here this afternoon. It'll move back to the top of the order, the shortstop, number 4, Jordan Groshans, a right-handed batter for the Bulldogs of Magnolia. The lights are on. The shadow is now overencompassed the entire field as the sun is set behind us. They say, what's the fact? We got another trivia here after this pitch. It's going to be trivia time.
Yeah, I was going to ask you if you had something for us to start this series. Last week we had a big stumper about hamburger patties. I'm interested in hearing what you have for us tonight as far as trivia is concerned.
First pitch by Smith is a ball. Remember, base runner on one is Shelby Mullins. The trivia is, on average, after the official sun sets, how long does it take to get completely dark?
How long does it take?
How many minutes? 1-0 pitch. This one popped up into the air behind us for a foul ball, 1-1.
Well, we'll put that out there to the listeners. And remember, the call-in line or the text-in line for your answers is 512-522-9105. Text in your answer to how long does it take, time-wise, for once the shadow is overhead, what time or how long does it take to get completely dark?
Once the sun officially sets.
Once the sun officially sets.
Don't Google it.
Do not Google it. Be fair. No, just send in a guess. The first one that comes into your brain.
1-1 pitch. This one popped up into the air. The second baseman Seaback, and now Cole Moore actually going to go over in foul territory, and Cole Moore makes the grab on a pop-up to first base.
Yeah, no problem.
Second out.
No problem with that pop-up now. All the sunglasses are back up on top of the hats, and boy, it's baseball time now.
Brings up the left-handed hitter is 0 for 1. Rance Henry struck out swinging on a payoff pitch for the second out back in the first inning. No score, we are top of the third. Base runner on one for Magnolia.
He is right on that line, boy. I tell you, this batter bats inside.
Grayson Smith with the delivery. Pops this one way up into the air, but the center fielder, Neich, going to try to track it down. This time the communication is there. The left-handed grab. Easy does it on the fly to center field for the third out. In this one, no runs, no hits, no errors, one left on. We will keep things right here as we transfer into the top of the third inning. Again, that trivia question was, after the sun sets, how long does it take, on average, for complete darkness? I know it depends. Now, if you're the farther north you are, the more daylight you have. But in this area, how long? 512-522-9105. Well, Josh, here in this ball game so far, we're through 2 innings, top of the third upcoming here. We'll talk about who is leading off for the Georgetown Eagles, and we'll go back to the top of the order. It'll be Cole Posey, who struck out looking back in the first for that first out. Georgetown has really got their work cut out for them against this fine pitching this afternoon from their ace of the Magnolia Bulldogs, Adam Kloffenstein. We talked about Adam, a 6'5" TCU signee, and the MLB prospect draft ranked number 46, so in the top 50.
Now, you bet. You're talking about a guy who's going to a Division I school and then also already talking to the majors. And so he's definitely showing tonight that he has got a great arm, great velocity, great control. And so, yeah, we're going to have to be on top of the hitting game tonight. And with this order coming back around, it's time. We've held them as well, left a couple of men on with them as well, and so it's a good ball game tonight. We're not behind, and we haven't fallen 4 or 5 runs behind like we did in that first game last week, and that's a good thing.
Text message coming in from Julia Engelman. Shout out to Rob, sounding great, and Jack, Trent, and Tyler, who are there before they all head out for summer ball. So we appreciate the Georgetown alum being here in the house this afternoon. Appreciate the Engelman family, Julia and Craig. All your support over the years means a lot to not just us, but more importantly, the Georgetown community at large. Right-handed pitch on the way, swing and a miss. Cole Posey bit at it, 0-1.
You bet. This guy, I tell you what, Kloffenstein has a great, great fastball, and he is just winging it past these bats. And so we're going to have to get on top of that.
Posey entered tonight's game averaging 240. That a little bit lower now after going 0 for 1 looking earlier in this ball game. Second pitch. Got away from the catcher there, and that one dinged up his
Yeah, it looked like that one caught him there with a little bit of hop there, and umpire's going out now to talk to either give him a new ball or it looks like he might be speaking to him a little bit. I don't know what about, but probably just giving the catcher some time here to get that little stinger off.
Yeah, that stinger came off of the pitching. Of course, Kloffenstein can really zing those balls with the velocity behind it as catcher number 12, Bo Willis. And
it's got to be tough catching behind some of these major league prospects, I mean, this ball's coming 80, 90 miles an hour.
1-1 delivery to Posey, pulled back too high, 2 balls and 1 strike. We talked about a Bo at Georgetown. Of course, Bo Corrales playing football at the University of North Carolina this past season. We always said Bo knows on a swing and a miss here to make it 2-2 on a fastball. You know that this catcher, Willis, Bo knows how fast Klopfenstein can throw those balls.
You had to believe it. And I'm going to tell you, since the games we've been watching in the playoffs, I don't think I've seen this many swung on strike balls as we've seen tonight. This kid is really pitching well.
Pitch on the way here on a 3-2. Got him for a ball, actually. Thought he had him at first. It brings it to a full count now at 3-2 for Cole Posey. Remember, he was 2-2 when he struck out looking back in the first. So the payoff pitch upcoming quickly in rhythm. The right-handed delivery inside and walked Copo.
Great eye on that, boy. I think a lot of batters would have probably bid on that, but number 5 really held out and got the call there to make it down to first.
Bring up the catcher, second in the order, number 20, Wyatt Childress for the Georgetown Eagles. He also struck out looking as part of that quick 2-up, 2-down back in the first inning. That was on an 0-2 count. He took the third looking at it. Childress here trying to improve and get his team some life here with a base runner on one after that walk, trying to move him into scoring position. No balls, no strikes, no outs. Bottom of the third, no score.
It'll be interesting to see when we start getting some of these runners on bases. We've got, as we've talked about through these games, the stealing of the Georgetown Eagle team is phenomenal. So it'll be interesting to see how this Bulldog team responds to our base running.
As Klopfenstein looks down twice, has his call, the bunt, trying to sack this one, and it goes foul off of the first base line to make it 0-1. Well, I didn't have anybody text in, so I'm just going to ask you, Josh, what do you think?
Sundown.
After the sun
After
sets,
the sun goes down.
complete darkness, how
Complete
long?
darkness, I'm going to say 47 minutes.
It's pretty close.
What, am I?
70 minutes on average. 70
Okay.
minutes to
Over
total.
an hour. Over an hour.
Over an hour.
Okay, hour and 10 minutes.
It's a total dark. Now, you know, for
Total
me,
darkness.
30
I'm a little
minutes. and
disappointed
I'm
in the
already
listeners not calling in. Maybe some of them started to Google and then did it, and then we told them not to. Because you know how quick a voice command is. You can just say that right into the phone, and that answer pops up. It's amazing technology these days.
Shout out to Kayla Smith, Grayson Smith's mom. Happy birthday. So shouting out to Kayla Smith.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. 1-1 here. The next pitch called a ball. Also, Don and Beth Turner from Brownwood wishing the best for our Eagles and their grandson Wesley Dixon. As always, we appreciate the Turner family. Thank you for joining us here on this Georgetown Eagle playoff broadcast. 1-1, the count, one runner on for Georgetown. The pitch on the way. That one, boy, come on. He had to move his head out of the way of that one. They called it a strike, 1-2.
Yeah, that one was definitely a iffy call there.
Well, that may have been one where Childress was leaning in a little too much. We've seen Siosin do that. He does stand pretty close inside. Not to criticize the umpires. They got a tough job.
No, they've got a tough job out there. It's not easy.
When you've got a
We're
young
up
man
here
moving his
and
head
it's
out of the way, though. That's
Yeah, you bet.
1-2 the count here on Wyatt Childress.
These umpires do a great job.
The 1-2, again, base runner on, no outs here as Wyatt Childress trying to advance his teammate. Hits this one over to left field. It is going down, and at the last moment, it's going to drop foul near the 325 corner out to left. Childress slams his bat there as he is frustrated. He got a good lick on it. If that thing was over about 5 feet more to the right, that would have went fair, and that would have been a base hit for Georgetown.
Yeah, Childress got a good crack on that one, and he wants to straighten that out a little bit. You can see his frustration up there. He knows this ball team is got great bats, and it's time to start hitting this pitcher a little bit.
1-2 the count, no outs here. Bottom of the third inning we are. Klopfenstein, the pitch. This time it is a base hit to left field. And that will advance Copo over to second base, Childress at first, and Georgetown has got 2 on with no outs here in the bottom of the third inning.
No, I love it. Childress says, yeah, you're a good pitcher, but I'm a good hitter, and let's go head to head. And Childress won that battle.
Now, sometimes we have a courtesy runner for Wyatt Childress. This time he is going to stay out there. Cole Posey again at second to advance on that hit, and that will bring up the top of the, or beg your pardon, that'll bring up the power hitter, third in the order. The first baseman, number 23, Comor, who reached on a walk earlier, left stranded at first, back in the first.
Yeah, you got to love Moore. He can bring home some more runs, that's for sure. He's got a big bat. If he can connect, we're going to bring one home here.
Well, he's got a little wind blowing in his favor, too. The left-handed hitter, Cole Moore, averages over 400 on the season. He has been the hitting the power hitter. We've called Logan Drake the hitting sensation. We've always said Cole Moore the power hitter.
Yes, and I've been watching those flags out there. The wind was blowing in for a while. Now it looks like it's blowing in, but also out to the left, and so not much problem with the wind tonight at all.
Quick pitch here as he looks at it for a ball, 1-0. Cole Moore. No runs here. Bottom of the third, no outs. Georgetown has runners on 1 and 2. They have got to capitalize. They have left 3 on base here in this regional quarterfinal, game 1 in Bryan, Texas, Nutravolt Field. Second pitch, swing and a miss
Big
on
cut.
Cole Moore, 1-1.
Yeah, that was a big cut there. Big swing. He wanted that one, boy, I tell you what. But so Smith here's got good.
1-1 the count here for Cole Moore. Runner takes off, a double steal in action for Georgetown, sliding, and Cole Posey is safe, and a double steal for Georgetown. We've talked about it, Cole Posey, over 30 steals this season. You just mentioned it, Josh. Georgetown can run, and they can steal bases, and tonight, a double steal for the Eagles.
Well, that was about as close as you can get, but, you know, as they always say, tie goes to the runner, and he just got there in time to get that third base. Great job running bases yet again for the Georgetown Eagles.
We appreciate everybody out there on our stream tonight. Over 100 people listening in. We've had over 400 so far throughout. This one is going to go over to the first baseman. Runner will come in and score, though, as Cole Moore give him the ribeye. Cole Moore will be out, though, on an unassisted tag on a 3U, but Georgetown will come in and score 1 run. That will be Cole Posey, and now we can say it. Somebody's got the grills going. The ribeyes starting to cook tonight for Georgetown.
They are starting to cook. We've brought one in, and I tell you what, that was a little bobble by the first baseman. He might have had a chance and a throw home at that, but it bounced off of his chest, and he had to re-pick it up, and then it was too late. He was able to get that man in first, but not before we were able to get a runner across the base.
Cole Moore, he'll definitely sacrifice that for the run coming in. Childress will move over to third base, and that'll bring up Ryan Knights. That pitch too far to the outside. And Ryan Knights will stay there. I beg your pardon, Childress will stay there at third base. Knights on a 1-0 count here.
Yeah, that was a little hard pitch to handle. The catcher was able to stay in front of it, though, or that might have brought old Childress home.
1-0 for Georgetown Eagle, Ryan Knights. As the Eagles take the early lead, 1-0. Second pitch, a ball as well, 2-0.
Tell you what, it's a good thing to jump on the board first, especially with the way this pitcher's pitching. For us to be able to be on the scoreboard first is a good thing.
Ooh. Next one by Knights just hit foul way over the left base side over the fence. He got a hard hit on it, but it goes foul quickly, 2-1 the count.
Yeah, Knights with a great swing into that fastball and just ripped it foul.
Bottom of the third inning, Georgetown leading 1-0. 1 out, runner on 3. Pitch here on the changeup, called a strike across the plate, 2-2.
Great.
Ryan Knight, 0 for 1, struck out looking for the third out, back in the first, trying to keep his team rolling here in this third inning. Pitch on the way, hits this one foul off the edge of the bat to the first base side, well over the fence and behind the shortstop of Magnolia. 2-2 we are remaining.
Yeah, Knight's up there taking some big cuts on these balls, and he wants to redeem himself from that first at bat and get Childress across home plate.
Next one is a ball, 3-2, payoff pitch upcoming. (3-2) the count here. Payoff pitch, right hand. Knights looks at it, and boy, got him looking. That one looked inside, and boy, Georgetown fans not happy with that. Magnolia fans clapping, and Knights says, okay, whatever. He's humble. Knights says, okay, and politely walks off the field.
Yeah,
for the second out.
I'll tell you what, a little bit of confusion out there. I didn't know what they were. Yeah, he humbled himself, just said, you know what? I'll get it next time.
Georgetown trying to get that second run they needed here against this powerhouse Magnolia Bulldog team. It'll bring up fifth in the order, the third baseman, number 7, Jeffrey David, who is 0 for 1. He struck out swinging in the second for the first out. Georgetown leads 1-0 here in the bottom of the third. Low pitch to the outside it goes, grounds. In the early count here, 1 ball and no strikes against the third baseman, Jeffrey David.
Yeah, I don't know what his pitch count is, but he looks like his control is not as good as it was, and so he might be able to start getting some connections on these.
1-0 delivery, the next pitch called strike on the change, 1-1 even count. Again, Georgetown leading here in the bottom of the third, trying to get in that second score. Swing and a miss here, though. Jeffrey David on the fastball, 1-2. I guess tonight we're the zone, Joshua. Got a label here. It's for the Brazos Valley Bombers crew that's here calling their games.
Okay.
I like being in the zone.
We're, like you said, we're excited to be a part of this baseball game with Magnolia, and they've got a great fan base out here as well.
1-2 pitch got him looking for the third out, so Georgetown not able to bring in that third baseman for the second run, but Georgetown does get 1 run. That 1 run will come on 1 hit. There were no errors and 1 left on base. We're through 3. We'll step aside and take a quick break. Top of the 4th upcoming. You're listening to Georgetown Eagle Baseball, presented by Cruising Kitchens. Welcome back to Georgetown Eagle Baseball live tonight on SHN Sports. We'd like to go ahead and thank some more of our supporting sponsors. I'll send it over to you, Josh.
You better believe it. Texas Traditions, we want to thank them for their sponsorship. Wes Strawn and Mike Pickle over there. Texas Tradition Roofing is a proud supporter of Georgetown Eagle Baseball, commercial and residential roofing repair and replacement. Texas Traditions Roofing is online at texastraditionsroofing.com. Also,
go ahead. I was going to say that. So Wes Strahan, he used to be a Georgetown coach. Known Wes a long time. Good guy.
Georgetown Interstate Transmission and Auto Repair with Joe K. Georgetown Internet Transmission and Auto Repair is honored to support Georgetown Eagle Baseball. They specialize in a wide variety of auto repair services. Their website is georgetownautorepair.com.
Welcome back to Nutrabolt Stadium. Georgetown leads 1-0 here. Top of the 4th we are. Magnolia now at bat. Grayson Smith on the mound for the Eagles. Leading off for Magnolia will be the pitcher. Third in the order, number 24, Adam Kloffenstein. The first pitch on the way to him never happened as he stepped out and called time.
It looked like he might be cramping up a little bit. Get out there and stretch and then get back in the box.
Smith with the right foot to the right of the rubber for Georgetown. Kicks up the left leg, the right-handed delivery. Got him to swing at it, called a strike, 0-1. Thought about pulling back on that, but it was a little too late there, Joshua.
Yeah, he looked like he didn't. I wasn't sure if he went all the way around, but the umpire didn't even call down for it. He did, so.
0-1. Georgetown leading. Top of the 4th we are. Magnolia back. Kloffenstein, the pitcher. That one too far inside. Boy, he had to move his head out of the way, and thankfully he did. And Childress is going to talk things over there with Grayson Smith. Of course, nothing intentional about that.
No.
It just got away from him.
Well, just like you were earlier when you were writing out the rosters and so forth, your hand was getting a little sweaty because it's so humid out here, and that just got away from him there. That wasn't intentional.
My hands don't sweat. No, I'm just kidding. They do. I'm just kidding.
Sorry to throw you under the bus. It was my hand that was sweating when I was writing in.
No, they do. 1-1 here for Grayson Smith as he pitches to Kloffenstein. Pitch on the way. This one popped way up into the air, and Georgetown center fielder. Actually, they're going to communicate. They've got to talk about it. And an error there by Georgetown. That's just a mental error. I don't know if you score that as an error on the board, but boy, Georgetown should have had that, and that's going to be a double here for Kloffenstein as he'll have a courtesy runner come in.
Yeah, I think you have to, Rob, call that a error on the left fielder because he came all the way across, called everybody off, and then just put a glove on it, but just didn't make the catch. And so I don't know officially, but I think he probably should have let the center fielder get that one. But
yeah, just miscommunication there. Just scored an error, I believe, up on the board, and if it is, that's an E4.
Yes. And
not an E4.
So. Rightly so.
Left fielder, you said, that came. Who came over for that? Was the center fielder all the way out to left field?
Left fielder came all the way over to center field, and so that's why I think he just missed him. He was
on
just
Savarese.
Yeah.
Time called before this pitch was thrown here. There is a courtesy runner out there at second base. That courtesy runner is number 9, Connor Taylor. So Connor Taylor, number 9, courtesy running for Kloffenstein. Bunt popped up into the air, and Childress, the quick arm, got him on the double play. What a play by Wyatt Childress. We talk about the fast action of Wyatt Childress. That ball popped up into the air. Childress got the first out there unassisted as it popped right up into his hand. And then Taylor was let off too much. He had to run back, but the fast arm of Wyatt Childress with the double play for the Georgetown Eagles.
Rob, can I tell you that's probably the prettiest throw from home to second that I've seen in a long time. That was as perfect as you can throw a baseball down to second. It was a thing of beauty.
Out on the 1-4 there, and also the pop-up to 1, so quickly 2 outs for Magnolia. That'll bring up 5th in the order the catcher, number 12, Bo Willis. Next pitch, this one over to left field, a base hit. That one was out of the reach. A good effort there by Jeffrey David, but that was a beautifully hit baseball to left field for the base hit by Bo Willis, who at that point was 0 for 1. Now he's 1 for 2.
Yeah, you're right. That was a well-hit ball, but David sure did make a hard, strong effort towards it and just got by him, but no lack of effort there on the third baseman.
That'll bring up 6th in the order, the center fielder, number 5, Cody Wagner. He's 0 for 1 this afternoon as he popped one up over to second base earlier in the second for the second out. A lot of twos in that one there, Joshua.
Yeah, a lot of twos there.
One base runner on for Magnolia, 2 outs. This one over to right field. Lines it. Noah Thompson makes the grab for the third out on the line to right field. Georgetown doing work with the double play from Wyatt Childress, getting things started for the defense. We'll step aside. We're through 3.5. Georgetown leads 1-0. We'll be right back. Georgetown Eagle Baseball presented by Cruising Kitchens. Back in action, live from Nutrabolt Field. Rob Hipp alongside Joshua Harris. Thanks for joining us for another edition, playoff edition of Georgetown Eagle Baseball on the SHNSports.com broadcast network. Boy, what a game we've had so far here through 3.5. Georgetown leading 1-0. They will lead off here in the fourth. Will be the designated hitter, the hitting sensation, Logan Drake, who is 1 for 1 this afternoon, had a hit, and then was left stranded at second, back in the second. Josh, Georgetown's in a good position here, but they cannot let their composure down. They have got to keep in this. Magnolia can score quickly. Georgetown only has a 1-run lead. That's not a lot of cushion at all.
Not at all, and definitely not in playoff baseball where we can see many runs coming in any given inning. And so we need to put some more runners across the plate, and I know Drake would like to get that hitting streak, continue that hitting streak going now here in this inning.
Kloffenstein, the first pitch, drops one in on the outside corner for a strike, 0-1 against Logan Drake. Next pitch, Logan pops this one up as he gets under it. It's going to go foul over the third base fence behind Georgetown Eagle dugout, and the count 0-2 here.
Yeah, quick drop to 0-2, and so he's going to need to put contact on anything close.
Next delivery is this one grounds foul. Logan still battling here on an 0-2 count. On deck, Hunter Savarese, who is 0 for 1 this afternoon. Did reach on a fielder's choice. We originally had it as an error, but the official score says it as a fielder's choice. 0-2 delivery to the hitting sensation. Grounds this one over right up the middle, and he will be out on a heads-up play there of 6-3 for Magnolia. It was Jordan Rashan's over to Seth Wehunt for the 6-3 ground out up the middle.
Yeah, Drake put good contact on it straight up, but just right to the shortstop there for an easy out.
Seventh in the order, the left fielder, Hunter Savarese. Looking for the bunt, places this one over. The third baseman going to try to get him on a 6-3 and got him in time. Was not able to beat that one out as Hofford over to Wehunt for the second out. Just like that, 2 up, 2 down on the 5-3.
Yeah, the bunt game not working as well tonight as we saw last weekend. We've tried a few bunts and just not as successful tonight than we've seen in the past.
Right fielder, eighth in the order, number 17, Noah Thompson. He is 0 for 1 as he struck out swinging in the second for the second out. The first pitch to him is hit foul way up over his back, 0-1. Thompson, we've spoke about it numerous times, versus Ennis in game 1, almost gave his team that walk-off win. Next pitch, he swung hard at that one, but even harder was the pitch from Kloffenstein, and that's a swing and a miss, 0-2.
Yeah, Kloffenstein still with great speed on his pitches. I don't know where he's at in his pitch count, but still great speed on it.
0-2 delivery. Pulls back on this one for a ball. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The first ball here of this at-bat.
Kloffenstein with a big smile on his face on that one. Thought for sure he was going to get the strike call, but just a little high.
The 1-2 delivery, right hand, cuts back in as he looks at it for a strikeout.
Wow.
3 up, 3 down.
I'll tell you what, we're Eagle fans, but that you got to give credit where credit was due. That was a pretty movement on that ball.
Kloffenstein has been doing his work. We'll keep things right here as we move into the top of the 5th inning. We'd also like to thank our friends at Georgetown Interstate Transmission and Auto Repair. Mr. Joe Kay, Georgetown Interstate Transmission and Auto Repair, is honored to support Georgetown Eagle Baseball, specializing in a wide variety of auto repair services. Their website is georgetownautorepair.com.
Georgetown Shirt Company also on board with the Georgetown Eagle support, specializing in screen printing, embroidery, promotional products, and much more. Their website is gtshirt.com.
Hey, a shout out to Matt Morrow with the Gateway Mortgage Group. Gateway Mortgage Group, a proud supporter of Georgetown Eagle Baseball, home mortgage lender who believes it's all about communities, families, and homes. Gateway Mortgage Group is online at borrowfrommorrow.com.
Georgetown U-Haul also saying they want to support the Georgetown baseball team. Georgetown U-Haul has climatized containers, proudly supporting Georgetown Eagle Baseball. One-stop shopping for moving supplies and your storage needs. Their website is climatizedcontainer.com, and we want to thank Tall Harris over there.
Appreciate Tall. Also a shout-out this afternoon to Mr. Doug Groves from the Pregame Insurance Group. Supports Georgetown Eagle Baseball. Business insurance is their specialty. Their website is P as in Paul, PIG.com. PIGBCS.com. That's PIGBCS.com. Best way to remember that is PIG and then BCS, like the college champ,
Yes.
PIGBCS.com.
Exactly.
Which some people would think that the BCS is pigs.
Hey, that's a whole nother broadcast, isn't it? We could go probably a couple hours on that.
No offense to anybody from BCS, but there's people who are still fired up about that.
You better believe it. Big debate going on still with all of that.
So just remember. That'll bring up for the Magnolia Bulldogs. Leading off here in the top of the 5th inning will be the designated hitter, number 2, Caleb Morris. He is 0 for 1 as he popped one out to second base, back in the second for the 3rd out. Right-handed batter from the right-handed pitching of Georgetown's Grayson Smith. So the Georgetown team that, as we look over the stats, as the first pitch goes for a strike looking, good pitch there by Grayson. So the Georgetown team that doesn't really add up a lot on the stat sheet as far as strikeouts, but they still find ways to get it done.
I see them getting batters into a lot of, getting hits, but great fielding and pop-ups and things like that.
Right-handed delivery, grounds over to the second baseman Seaback, trying to get him on a 4-3, and he does on the 4-3 putout.
Just as we say that, gets him to hit right into an out. And so, may not get a lot of strikeouts, but they've got great defense, and they get those batters to hit and then give the opportunity for your defense to make great plays.
And the way that those pitches are thrown, it makes it difficult to get good hits on those balls from any offensive team, and that's where Georgetown's had their specialty this season. Grayson Smith on the mound, the right foot on the right edge of the rubber. As he pitches right hand, it's on its way. Too far to the outside. 1 ball and no strikes here to the second baseman, 8th in the order, number 7, Adam Wynn. He is 0 for 1. Just as we were talking about strikeouts, he is the second strikeout swinging of this afternoon from the pitching of Grayson Smith.
We'd like to see another one here as well.
1-0 delivery. This one off the edge of the bat as he swings late, goes off the first base line foul. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Smith got him to swing at a good pitch there, just fouled it off.
Cool night setting in after it was a very hot day outside.
Yeah, it's really hot now. It just feels very comfortable. Of course, we got in here in a little bit of the AC, but definitely seems to be cooling down quite nicely on this spring/summer night.
1-1 as that one goes for a strike looking on the changeup. Makes it now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Hey, wanted to shout out to Chris and Rhonda Courtney listening before going to work. Shout out to all the fans who made it there tonight. Just for you, Rob said he's going to take his test for the Texas Real Estate Commission home inspection license coming up on Tuesday. So we'll talk about that in a little bit. This one hit foul way up over the first base side, and it remains 1-2. Chris, it's kind of funny. I was in a home inspection class, something I'm starting to dabble in, and eventually, want to get into it more of a role to kind of, help pay for things and take care of folks on the side. But Chris, I met Chris. I started talking to folks in the class. There was maybe a handful of us, maybe 20 people in this class all the way in Austin. He starts going, my son plays at Georgetown. We started talking, and that's how we got to know each other. So I appreciate Chris and all the great work, and best of luck as you transition over to a full-time home inspector. I know you're going to do great.
Yeah, absolutely. Good luck to you.
1-2. He got him to bite, swing and a miss. You said they needed the strikeout. What did he get him? The second strikeout here.
And dropped it just for a second, but was able to fire it down to first base for the out, and that'll bring up 2 outs. Yeah, I've been praying for you as you started that venture and hope that goes well. And, we know a lot of real estate folks and people that build and things like that. So who knows, we might be able to connect you in with some business inspections and things like that. And God will provide all for you. I know that.
Bottom of the order, right fielder number 1, Shelby Mullins, who is 0 for, reached on a walk, left stranded at first, back in the 3rd. If you're just joining us, Georgetown leads here. They are on defense. Grayson Smith pitching. Top of the 5th inning we are. Georgetown holding on a 1-0 lead. Here on a 2 outs versus the Magnolia Bulldogs. Mullins, the pitch to him. Too far outside, called ball 1-0.
Yeah, we want to definitely keep that Bulldog score at 0 with only 1 run. We don't want them to go ahead at all. So I'd like to get out of this inning unscathed.
Smith, as he looks down, Getting the call from Childress, kicks up the left leg. The pitch on the way. The fastball got him for the strike, 1-1.
Yeah, he painted that corner on that one. He really fired it in there. And great pitch.
Appreciate the fine work that Nathan Height's doing to my right this afternoon, producing for us. Making my job a lot easier. Nathan, I wish I would have got you in on this sooner, man.
Nathan does an incredible job keeping everything running smooth. If not for him, nobody can hear anything we're saying. And so, Nathan, thank you for all that knowledge you've got and keeping us up and rolling.
Now, we have had some text messages this afternoon about the FM signal. Unfortunately, we have no control over that. And there was a server issue back at the tower, and so they're trying to get that resolved. But we'll do what we can to, if not this game, for sure tomorrow we'll have that one up and going on 106.7. 2-1 pitch here. This one is going to be hit out to left field, and a line, though, reaching with the left glove. Hunter Savarese over his left shoulder on the line to left field for the third out. It was a slow go of a 3-up, 3-down, but Georgetown did it. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on. Joshua, we'll keep things right here as we are through 4.5. Another great defensive inning by Georgetown pitching Grayson Smith.
Yeah, you better believe it. I tell you what, it's good to get out of that inning, and everybody's holding tight. You know, it hadn't been a big scoring game, and that's okay as long as we've got one and they've got zero. But we definitely want to come up now and get some hits going and do what we do and represent our saying Eagle Fight Never Dies, and keep this thing moving forward tonight. We sure would like to see some runners now coming across this plate in the bottom of the, what are we in the fifth inning now? Fourth inning.
Well, Josh, as we've got some time in between here as we move to the bottom of the fifth inning. We're through 4.5. Talk to us a little bit more. We can talk more in depth about this because it is a 501c3 nonprofit. Tell us a little bit more about Oak Ridge Disciple House and what you guys are doing out there. We appreciate your support of Georgetown Eagle baseball as well, my friend.
Oh, thank you so much, Rob. Our whole heart is to reach out and help one man at a time who has struggled with drug and alcohol addictions, and maybe they've been to all the rehabs and all the treatment centers and nothing's worked. We are a Christ-centered, faith-based 501c3 nonprofit. We don't ever turn anybody away because of what they have and what they don't have. I don't care about your money. I don't care about your insurance. All I care about is that your loved one wants help. Reach me at 512-905-2111, and I will help if you want it.
First pitch here, a swing and a miss on Luke Seaback, who is 0 for 1. He was out on that fly up to second base back in the fourth. 0-1 count here. The next pitch on the way is a ball, 1-1. Next pitch to the inside, called a strike to make it 1-2. Next pitch, swing and a miss. Struck him out swinging. He is now 0 for 2, and a great pitching from Magnolia's Adam Kloffenstein continues. Moves now to the top of the order. The shortstop, Cole Posey, who is 0 for 1, struck out looking in the first, reached on a walk, came around and scored from that RBI from Cole Moore.
Yeah, we've said it a couple of times tonight at the different level of play that we're at now, and you can definitely see in the pitching tonight. We have not faced pitching like this yet this playoff season.
Pitch on the way, swing and a miss here as Cole Posey tried to bite it. Hey, friends, wanted to remind you, don't miss the UIL Baseball State Tournament June 6th through 9th. For more information, visit uiltexas.org. Hopefully Georgetown will be in that. 0-1 delivery, up too high, 1 ball and 1 strike.
Well, you can still hear the thump of that pitch coming in to that catcher mitt. He is still firing a lot of heat.
1-1. Tried to curve that one back in on a change. 2-1. It goes ball. Two and one out. Georgetown at bat here, leading 1-0 in the bottom of the fifth inning. Offenstein, that pitch, clipped the corner on the inside for a strike, 2-2.
Got it all evened up here. Anything close, he's going to have to come around on it. Delivery, swing and a miss. 2 up, 2 down, and both of those coming on strikeout swinging.
The beautiful pitching from Adam Kloffenstein continues. Now to bring up the catcher, number 20, Wyatt Childress. He is 1 for 2. Struck out looking in the first for the second out, and then in the third had a hit and a stolen base. Eventually able to get over to third base, but was left stranded there back in that short-lived rally for Georgetown, if you call it that.
Yeah, I've watched these last couple of batters just walk away shaking their head at just not being able to figure out Kloffenstein's pitching, and so they're frustrated up there at the plate right now.
Pitch on the way here. Did he get that before time? It is a 1-0 count.
Pitch on the way.
Next pitch popped up into the air, goes foul. 1-1 the count here on Wyatt Childress.
Childress would really like, with 1 out here, to get something going, get on base, and use that speed to move around these bases. But we've got to get a hit here. Childress taking his time, stepping back into the box now.
Next delivery, grounds this one over, trying to bid in between. Can he beat it out? He got there in time.
Yeah, you have to know Childress was going to get down there quick, and when they delayed on that, I knew he had it. So great base running once again by Childress.
Well, on 2 outs, Childress hit that one to the left infield, and he was able to beat that one out to get on first base with the hit. He is now 2 for 3. That'll bring up third in the order, the first baseman, number 23, Cole Moore. Cole is 0 for 1, reached on a walk, left stranded at first base in the first, and then was out unassisted in the third, but had that RBI that brought in Cole Posey.
Yeah, I misspoke a minute ago. I don't know why I looked up there and saw 1 out. It's 2 outs, but he's still on there, so we're still alive here with a man on first.
Bottom of the 5th, we are 2 outs, 0-1. Georgetown leads. Cole Moore had to inchworm behind that one for the ball, 1-0.
Great time for a left-handed hitter to get a nice big shot going down that right field line and get Childress around to third.
1-0, trying to pick off the base runner, is safe there on a 1-3 attempt. Keeping him honest is Wyatt Childress. That's the man you want to keep honest, because we talked about baseball. That's, it's okay to steal in baseball.
And he does. That young man, that's been so fun to watch him run these bases. He is a superb base runner.
It's been a defensive battle so far for both teams as Cole Moore looked at this one for a strike. 1-1 as it clips the outside corner.
Kloffenstein, you can tell he has just got pitching down. He is painting these corners perfectly on these Georgetown batters.
More than likely that's his mother sitting down on the first row right behind the net. A unique setup here is you've got one row kind of all to itself. Looked again for the next strike, 1-2.
I mean, you just don't. He's putting on a pitching clinic right now. Our batters are just stepping out and taking time and thinking about it, going, what in the world am I going to do here? Be patient, take your swings, and let's get a hit.
Next pitch. That one
gets away
on a wild pitch or a pass ball. Down to third base goes Wyatt Childress. Was that a pass ball or a wild pitch?
Yeah, he tried to pick him off at first and just threw it right past him. Went deep into right field foul line there.
So it's another E1. I'm going to call it. It's an E1.
Looks like we might have Childress getting a runner coming in for him over here on third base.
That's number 10 it is. That's Jared Ross out there. So an E1 on the pickoff attempt will get Wyatt Childress over to third. I was trying to do something over here. Thank you for that, Joshua.
You betcha.
It's one of those moments where I try to stay glued, and I got one thing to do on the side, and miss what could be one of the biggest plays so far besides the Georgetown score. Cole Moore still at bat here on a 1-2. Hits this one foul up over the Georgetown Eagle dugout, and the count remains 1-2 as he's battling.
You better believe it. Moore took a big cut on that, and he, with all intentions of bringing Childress in. That's his whole goal right now, is to get another run across the bases. We are in a defensive battle tonight in game one of this three-game, if needed, series.
1-2 delivery to Colmore. Grounds this one up the middle. The shortstop trying to get him, and he is not able to beat it out. Out on a 6-3. Colmore will bring up the third out. That will bring up in this inning no runs on one hit. There was one error, and that will leave one on base. We'll step aside. Don't go anywhere, folks. Georgetown Eagle Baseball on the SHNSports.com broadcast network will continue after this.
We are the UIL.
From the coaches
to the players,
to the educators.
We've been in your shoes.
Extracurricular activities are essential to the development of our youth.
From proposed rule changes
to the relaxation of transfer rules, we keep it fair.
New academic contests, we hear you loud and clear.
New events are music to our ears. We just added film. That's a wrap.
Educational activities help young people become productive citizens.
From staph infections to steroid use.
To cardiac and concussions.
Health and safety is a priority.
Heat, heart, and health history.
From heat-related illness to head injuries to heart-related issues to the medical history of students.
Your well-being is our priority because we are the UIL.
We are the UIL.
We are the UIL.
We are the UIL.
Back in action here from Nutrabolt Stadium. Rob Hipp alongside Joshua Harris. Thanks for joining us here for this regional quarterfinal playoff. Game one, the best of three-game series. Georgetown leads 1-0 here in Bryan, Texas versus the Magnolia Bulldogs.
You are exactly right. We are in a defensive battle here tonight, and you know what? It's fun baseball. Fun baseball. So big scoring games are fun, but also defensive battles are fun too. We just like for it to not to be so close.
Well, it goes back to the top of the order here. The shortstop, number 4, Jordan Groshans. He's a 0 for 2. Out on a 5-3 in the first for the first out, and then popped one up over to first base in the third for the second out. First pitch from Georgetown's pitcher Grayson Smith goes for a ball. 1-0 here on Jordan Groshans of Magnolia. The 1-0 delivery off the right hand, grounds this one foul off the third base line. The count even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Once again, want to remind you, don't miss the UIL Baseball State Tournament June the 6th through the 9th. For more information, visit uiltexas.org. Next pitch, too close inside for the second ball of this at-bat, brings the count to 2-1.
Yeah, that tournament's going to be a lot of fun, and of course the Georgetown Eagles want to be a part of that, carrying baseball into June at the high school level. You know you're doing well.
Two and one the count here. Jordan Groshans, the pitch, Grayson Smith, again too close inside, brings it to 3 balls and 1 strike.
Maybe you mentioned it, but have they talked about where that tournament's going to be yet? Do you know?
Yeah, it's always at the Dell Diamond in Round Rock.
At the Dell Diamond, okay. Great facility there.
We actually got to broadcast a couple of games from that facility, not Georgetown, but some other teams. Actually, yeah, there was one Georgetown game. Even though they have the state tournament there, they still have some playoff games there sometimes as well, which is always nice.
What a beautiful, beautiful ballpark. We love to go and watch baseball at that Dell Diamond.
3-1 delivery. On the way here, swing and a miss for the second strike, brings it to a payoff 3-2.
Hey, we've been talking about, the Bulldogs pitcher, but Grayson Smith still with some heat here, snapping off that catcher's glove. So he's still pitching well. We're not taking anything away from him. He's pitched a great ball game too. The Bulldogs are scoreless, so he's pitching a good game as well.
Taking a lot of time here.
Yeah, Smith taking his time.
Next pitch on the way and walked him on the payoff pitch. He'll reach on a walk.
Boy, I tell you, that's about as close as you can get. He did it. He did throw a ball, but it was just high.
Bring up second in the order, number 3, Rance Henry. Looking for the bunt here, places this one, and Grayson Smith going to get him on a 1-3. Ground out, put out there on a 1-3 for Rance Henry. That will advance the runner Groshans, though, over to second on the fielder's choice. Bring up third in the order, the pitcher, number 24, Adam Kloffenstein. He is 0 for 2, out on a 5-3, and then reached on that E7 earlier in the fourth, but then was part of that double play that got him the second out.
That's right. It was a good bunt. He was able to get the man at first, but he did advance that runner to second. And so with one out, we need to be careful here. And we've got a conference coming out to the mound to talk with Smith a little bit and maybe see how he's feeling, and then also get a little game plan here with a man on first.
Well, they're talking things over. The complete infield has came in here as Coach Brenly is talking things over as the infield at the mound here, talking things over with Grayson Smith and company. So one out we are, base runner on second. That is your tying run at second. Your lead runner is at home plate right now. Back to the top of the order, the umpire is going to talk over with his other field umpire.
Yeah, you always like that little walk that they'll do out there to say, hey, let's move this along a little bit. Let's go. He doesn't have to come far out before they kind of break that conference up. I wonder if there's a UIL kind of rule to that, how long that conference can go on. I'm sure he's probably paying attention to that and says, hey, it's time to go.
Rules for everything,
yeah,
which
you bet.
Keeps everything in order. I'm not against it. I'm thankful that we have the rules.
You better believe it. UIL does a great job keeping these kids safe and fair.
One out, base runner on scoring position. Too low into the outside. The pitch goes on Adam Kloffenstein, the pitcher. The count here at 1 ball and no strikes. Georgetown trying to pick him. Boy, he looked like he was on the base.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
I tell you what, I don't ever want to talk bad about an umpire, but I think we got robbed a little bit. That's the kind of robbery that's not acceptable.
Yeah, that was a pick on a 1-4. Seaback had his foot on the base as he caught that ball, but the umpire said no as he reached over, and I think the confusion was he was reaching for the tag. That was close.
That's as close as you can get right there.
1-0 delivery. This one popped up for a foul behind the Magnolia Bulldog dugout. One's across the board now here in the top of the 5th inning. I beg your pardon, top of the 6th inning. 1-1 count, 1 out. Georgetown holding on to that 1-0 lead, but your tying run is at second base. A hit will bring him in, more than likely. Your lead runner at home plate. Grayson Smith for the Eagles still in there pitching. Pitch on the way. It was nice and fast, but too close on the inside. 2-1. There is action in the Georgetown Eagle bullpen, and it is number 9. I believe that's Mona Smith. We'll look at that in a minute.
Georgetown Eagle fans not happy with that last call there. There's been a few pitches tonight they've been unhappy about, but.
No, but I beg your pardon, it's Grant Wood in the bullpen for Georgetown. So Wood is in the bullpen for the Georgetown Eagles. 2-1 the count here. As Georgetown is trying to hold 2-1 the count, 1 out. Top of the 6th, Georgetown holding on to that 1-0 lead, but As I've said numerous times, your tying run is at second base. Magnolia. Grayson Smith, the pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. He got him for the strike. 2-2. Grayson said, I've had enough of this. Let's do a little swing and strike action. And Joshua Harris throwing the positive vibes directionally right down from the booth.
I mean, and I am straight dead on with Smith, and I am just sending him his way. And I know he'd like to get a strikeout here on this guy.
2-2, 1 out. Time is called here as Kloffenstein steps out of the box. He is a right-handed hitter. That tall frame at 6'5", the TCU commit.
You better believe it. He struck us out. It's, I think, turnaround's fair play here. I know Smith would like to get him on one as well.
2-2. Grayson Smith with the right foot on the right side of the rubber. Looks over at Wyatt Childress, kicks up the delivery. Swing and a miss. He got him swinging for the out.
There
2
you
outs.
go. There you go.
Joshua Harris throwing the positive vibes right between the eyes, as the NBA announcer would say.
That's fun baseball right there. Like I said, he, he's gotten a few of our guys, and so it's always fun when the pitcher gets a little bit of retribution and says, I'll take you down too. Good pitch, though. Really good pitching.
Base runner still on second. It brings up Preston Hoffert, the third baseman, fourth in the order. 0 for 2. Reached on an air, out on a pop-up earlier. As part of that double play, the first pitch a strike, 0-1. And Grayson trying to retiring him and move this into the bottom of the sixth.
You better believe it. That is a beautiful pitch he's just thrown there. Still in a great rhythm.
Groshen's on second. He is the tying run, however. Pitch on the way. That one came back in. The Georgetown fans are not happy. That called a ball, 1-1.
Well, Rob, I tell you, like I said, we just talked about, I'm straight down from it, and I'm higher up, but I'm seeing what that umpire's seeing, and there are a few of these pitches that I don't blame the Georgetown fans because they do look good, but I know the umpire's got a good look on it as well.
Well, it's hard to get every single one of them. There's been some debate in the pros. I don't think they'll ever be replaced, but the computer catching them now. That pitch, boy, that time he called it a strike as it looked inside, 1-2. So you see it goes both ways.
It does. And sometimes you wonder if, umpires will say, I missed that last one, I'll give this one. But, right now, trying to get out of this inning, we're going to take whatever we can get when it comes to these strikes.
1-2, 2 outs, base runner on 2. Grayson Smith trying to retire him. And time is now called as Preston Hoffert steps back outside the box. He is a right-handed hitter for the Magnolia Bulldogs, again in their maroon jerseys, white numbers with those white pants and the maroon pinstripe with maroon socks.
Yeah, I think smartly he gets out of that box, kind of throw Smith off of his rhythm a little bit. They do that. They even teach that in batting.
Grayson Smith, 1-2 delivery. This one popped up foul off the first base line, and he's still battling. I was looking over to my left to Joshua saying, throw the positive
Yeah, I'm
juice.
looking at him.
I wonder what the positive juice would be if you were drinking a positive juice. Apple juice?
Yeah, I think
juice.
Anything with real good
pitch here. This one grounds over. Coming up under it, Cole Posey on a 6-3 and got him
Great
for the 6-3. Put out 1-2-3. Georgetown able to hold on here and not allow any. Boy, that was a testy inning for the Georgetown Eagles here in the top of the sixth, but it was a 1-2-3. The first one started on the 1-3, then it was a strikeout swinging, and then out on a 6-3 here in the third. We'll step aside, take a quick break. Georgetown Eagle Baseball on the SHNSports.com broadcast network will continue after this. Welcome back to Nutrabolt Stadium here in Bryan, Texas. We would finally like to welcome in our radio listeners on 106.7 FM, KGTNLP, Georgetown. We apologize. We were supposed to be on the air earlier. There was a problem back at the tower with the server, but we are live and online back on the FM radio signal as well as SHNSports.com. To bring you into this game here of this regional quarterfinal playoff game, I'm Rob Hipp alongside Joshua Harris. We are live here in Bryan, Texas at Nutrabolt Stadium. Georgetown, the designated home team here at this neutral site. They lead 1-0 here in the bottom of the sixth. The action quickly underway as Ryan Neitsch will lead with a bunt, and he will reach. Wow, he's able to beat it off, and Neitsch reaches over to first base. That is a picture-perfect bunt for Ryan Neitsch.
And that's the kind of bunting that we have seen that we were talking about earlier. Hadn't seen tonight, but we've seen it in previous games, and that was as good as you can do it. You can't coach it any better. And, boy, the Bulldogs really got lucky there because that throw was off, but he got a good bounce, and it was stayed in front, or we would have gotten second base there. But perfect bunt, and now we've got a runner on first with a great hitter up.
0-1, I beg your pardon, the base runner on first. That will bring up Jeffrey David, the third baseman. Talking about these last two batters, Ryan Neitsch at that point was 0 for 2, both on strikeouts looking. We're talking about a picture here for the Bulldogs of Magnolia, number 24, Adam Kloffenstein. For our radio listeners just joining us, a 6'5" TCU signee, one of the MLB top 50 draft prospects here, two of them for this team. Another bunt. This one goes well over the head of Jeffrey David and over the fence on top of the area that we're in up here high in the press box as nightfall is bestowed upon us. 0-2 the count here on Jeffrey David.
David fouled that one back and tried to lay down another bunt to advance the runner over to second. But, boy, you talk about this pitcher like you were saying. He has pitched a good game for the Bulldogs tonight, and he definitely has the talent that we've heard about. And he's got a great arsenal of pitches.
Next pitch on the way, too high. There's David, looks at it, checks 1-2. Called a ball. And
even so, it's 1-0 Georgetown, and we can't take anything away from Smith because he's kept the Bulldogs scoreless tonight as well, and the defense has played well, and so this is playoff baseball. You'd like to be ahead more, but as long as we can stay ahead, we're going to be okay in this first game.
Next pitch on the way, called ball, makes it an even count at 2-2. Again, Georgetown Eagle regional quarterfinal playoff here on SHNSports.com and back at home on 106.7 FM, KGTNLP Georgetown. A shout out to Renee Stinnett for helping us to get everything up and running this afternoon. The next pitch to the outside makes it a payoff pitch upcoming 3-2. This is the third round of the playoffs. These Georgetown Eagles have fought their way through the first two rounds. A very tough Ennis team that they fell early last week, 1-0. They came back on Ennis's home turf and won 2 games, outscoring that opponent 20-2 in those games. Now we're facing a Magnolia opponent. Georgetown looking for the steal, and he's going to reach in time. Ryan Goodnight's the leading stealer for Georgetown with a stolen base. And on that pitch, it was also a walk. And so that will put Jeffrey David over to, so no stolen base actually for Ryan Neitsch. He would have advanced anyways. So again, no stolen base. He will just advance on the walk. He was taken off. If that would have been a strike, that would have been a stolen base.
Yeah, well, a little hesitation there, but he would have still been safe. And now everybody's conferencing up a little bit, and we're going to talk to the pitcher for the Bulldogs and see how he's feeling and see if he can continue or what they want to do with the man on first and second for the Eagles.
Things talking over here at the mound, Kloffenstein, as the entire infield has came in. Coach Taylor Shofit talking things over with his team. The umpire already making his way out there. He said, hey, guys, the kettle closes at 10 o'clock. I haven't seen those in forever, and I saw 2 of them on my way here, man.
You know what's so funny? You only see those kettles when you're traveling out of town.
That's right.
And it's a beautiful thing. And you have to stop and get a waffle if you hadn't had one in a while from one of those kettles. So that's funny. You cracked me up. Oh,
old school, baby.
Great radio from Rob Hipp.
Oh, my goodness. Brings up the hitting sensation, the designated hitter, Logan Drake for the Georgetown Eagles. The left-handed hitter looks at that one for a ball. 6 in the order. Where's number 13, of course, left-handed. Base runners on 1 and 2 for the Eagles. They could use some insurance here in the bottom of this 6th inning as they're holding on to a 1-0 lead. Talking about the number 4th ranked Georgetown, the number 5th ranked Magnolia Bulldogs. That bunt is going to go right into the glove. Georgetown is going to have to get back. Did they get there in time? He is out. A double play for Magnolia. Base runner Knights will advance over to third, but boy, Jeffrey David took off a little too early, and he is out, and Logan Drake is also out as he bunted that one right into the glove of the third baseman, Preston Hoffert.
Yeah, that was a very heads-up smart play. I'll tell you, I was watching that slide back into first, and that was really close. I mean, he got the call, but I think that could have gone either way. But I think the umpire just, said, man, that was just great effort. So the Bulldogs got the call there.
Quickly 2 outs here. Georgetown, the pitch comes back in on Savarese for a strike as it drops in the zone. 0-1 on the corner. Hunter Savarese this afternoon is 0 for 2. Reached on that fielder's choice back in the second, left stranded at first, and then was out on a 5-3 for the second out back in the fourth. Klopfenstein for Magnolia. Pitch here, grounds foul off the back of the bat into the net. The early count 0-2. Georgetown, boy, had some rhythm there with 2 runners on base. And then Drake placed that bunt, and unfortunately right into the glove of the third baseman, Preston Hoffert. And just like that, we're at an 0-2 2-out count.
Yeah. We still can get a hit here, though. And
this one grounds over to the first baseman and tags him unassisted for the third out.
Well,
so Hunter Savarese over there on a 3U for the third out, but for Georgetown getting no runs. They get 1 hit, no errors in that inning. They leave 1 on base. That will now be the 6th they have left on base. They've only been able to score 1 run. The all-critical 7th inning coming up for the Georgetown Eagles. We will see if Grayson Smith can keep it rolling here and close out this ball game. Georgetown Eagle baseball on 106.7 FM KGTNLP Georgetown will continue in a few moments. Back in action here, Georgetown Eagle baseball live from the Bombers baseball field here,
Nutrabolt
Stadium. I'll send it over to you, Josh. We've got some supporting sponsors.
Now that we're back on the radio, or we're on the radio now as well, we want to make sure that we get these great sponsors in there for the 2018 Georgetown High School baseball playoffs. Of course, presented first and foremost by Cruising Kitchens. Presented sponsor is Cameron Davies. Cruising Kitchen is proud to support Georgetown Eagle baseball. Cruising Kitchen is a custom mobile business fabricator. Their builds range from the world's largest mobile kitchen to full entertainment trailers that include jumbotrons. Cruising Kitchen's website is cruisingkitchens.com.
We appreciate all of our sponsors. Thanks for making Georgetown Eagle playoff baseball possible here on 106.7 FM KGTNLP Georgetown. Supporting not only the Georgetown Eagles, but your local FM radio. We appreciate you. Leading off will be the catcher, number 12, Bo Willis for Magnolia, a right-handed hitter. Stands low in the corner in the box of that right-handed batter's box. The first pitch by Grayson Smith will be called a ball, 1-0.
Yep, here we are in the 7th inning.
This is the Bo Willis who is 1 for 2. Popped one up to center field in the second, had a hit, was left stranded back in the 4th. Kick up the right-handed delivery, too far outside, got out of the reach of the glove. Thankfully, nobody on base, and a quick 2-0 count.
Yeah, we didn't have any extra hurt there, but boy, I tell you what, Grayson Smith, he's pitched a good game. The score, of course, is 1-0 Georgetown, and so he might just be getting a little bit tired there. They're going to come out and talk to him and see what's going on. There's been, like you said, good activity in the bullpen. Who's down there, Rob?
Well, Grant Wood is standing by. Looks like he's about to make his way up to the mound. We're just waiting on the call here. The umpire going to head over to the mound to talk things over. Coach Adam Brindley, the pitching coach now, with all of the infield of the Georgetown Eagles, talking things over. And we will see if Grayson stays on the mound. It looks like he will as he gets pats from his team. And for the time being, Grant Wood will head back over. Grant Wood was in the bullpen earlier, the Georgetown pitcher warming up, but they will try to let Grayson Smith get the final 3 outs here, not allow anybody on. Georgetown holds on to that 1-0 lead. Grayson Smith.
You got to love the confidence of the coach to say, hey, can you finish this thing? Can you get it? Let me give you a shot to get a complete game and a shutout. No score.
2-0 here for Bo Willis. Swing and a miss. Got him for the strike, 2-1. So after the talk, the magic words into the ears of Grayson Smith. And the count now at 2-1. This is a Georgetown team that, for both teams, Magnolia and the Eagles back at home from Georgetown, have been in a defensive battle. Great pitching all around. You won't see the strikeout count numbers as high for Georgetown, but they have done it on the defensive end, back in the infield and also out to the outfield. For the Magnolia Bulldogs, it has been the fine pitching tonight of Adam Kloffenstein.
Rob, can you tell? I'm trying to figure out exactly what the conference between the umpires
They
was.
waved off that strike.
Yeah, I don't understand that, but maybe we'll get some clarification at some point.
Now, it's very rare that you see one waved off, and it is waved off. No understanding why. The count back to 2-0 now. Smith winds up, delivers. This one grounds over. David able to dive down. Can he get there in time on the 6-3?
Yeah.
Yes, he did.
Wow.
What a play by Jeffrey David over to Cole Moore for the out of the inning, the first one, in Georgetown defense staying alive here in the top of the 7th inning. What a play by the third baseman, Jeffrey David, over to Cole Moore.
Jeffrey David with a Golden Glove play there. I mean, diving as hard as he possibly could, still keeping his composure, getting up and making a hard, perfect throw down to first to get that man. Great play.
Georgetown 2 outs away from taking game 1 in this best-of-3 game series. It'll bring up the center fielder, number 5, Cody Wagner. The call on that earlier was the ball from Georgetown rolled behind the plate. That's why it was not called a strike.
Thank you.
Appreciate the folks up here at NutriBullet Stadium tonight, the scorekeeper giving us that. We appreciate it. 0-1, the early count here as Wagner hit that one foul behind home plate over the back of us. The count 0-1. Again, Grayson Smith trying to finish this one out here. Jeffrey David, a big play moments ago. The right-handed pitch too low into the outside to even the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Top of the 7th we are. Georgetown is 2 outs away from taking game 1, but still a lot of baseball here in these 2 outs against a very tough and competitive Magnolia Bulldog team. We are right in the middle now, the 5, 6, and 7 now. The 6th batter will move over to the bottom here in just a few moments. The right-handed pitch on the way, too low as it grounds, and 2 balls and 1 strike it is for Cody Wagner. Didn't talk about this earlier, though, Joshua, but Wagner is 0 for 2. Out as he popped one up over to second in the 2nd, and then he lined one to right field in the 4th.
Yeah, you can look at it 2 ways. He's either not having a good night at the plate or he's due, and so we'd like the first part of that scenario to play out here, that we can get him and go 2 outs and 1 away from closing this game 1 out.
Grayson Smith for Georgetown on the mound, kicks up the right-handed delivery, too close inside to make it 3-1. That is your tying run at home plate right now on a 3-1 count with 1 out. Georgetown leads 1-0 here in the top of the 7th inning of this regional quarterfinal playoff, live from NutriBullet Stadium here in Bryan, Texas.
The way this defense is playing, you can just say, listen, Smith, just throw strikes here, and let's make your backup guys get these outs. He needs to throw some strikes.
Smith kicks up, 3-1 delivery, swing, chop this one foul off the third base line. The count now full at 3-2. The Georgetown fans on their feet clapping here. The Ocean of Blue making their 2-hour journey here to Bryan, Texas.
So awesome to see them all out here rooting on these Eagles. Played a great defensive ball game tonight.
And the Magnolia fans here as well, but I think Georgetown's got them outnumbered. You can hear them clapping in the background. Grayson Smith, the payoff pitch as it flies, grounds this one foul. Georgetown fans continue, but you got to give credit here to Cody Wagner, who is still battling in this 3-2 count.
Yeah, Wagner hanging tough in there and just fouling that one back. Steps way out of the box and kind of gets himself composed and get the sweat out of his eyes as he's got this full count going.
3-2 again. The Georgetown fans get the clapping wagon back on track. Payoff pitch. Grayson Smith with the right foot on the right side of the rubber. Kicks up the pitch on its way. Swing and a miss. He got him for the 2nd out.
Oh, what a beautiful pitch. I mean, he fired it down like it was the first inning with that fastball, and that was a beautiful, beautiful pitch.
That'll bring up 7th in the order, the designated hitter number 2, Caleb Morris. He is 0 for 2 this afternoon.
Well, we're 1 out away from closing game 1 out. Everyone on the Eagle side up on their feet.
Let's go Eagles chant here at Nutrabolt Stadium. Georgetown 1 out away. Magnolia 1 run away from tying this with 2 outs here in the top of the 7th inning. Grayson Smith looks down. Over to Wyatt Childress, his catcher, now kicks up the left leg. The right-handed pitch too low for the first ball of this at-bat, 1-0.
Smith tried to come with a change-up there that just got away from him a little bit. Luckily, no one on base there again as it got away from the catcher.
Well, Grayson Smith here with 5 strikeouts, the biggest one moments ago. He'd love to get 6 here. 1-0 count. Pitch on the way. Too high, called the ball again, 2-0. Georgetown fans not happy. But we've seen calls both ways tonight.
Both ways.
It's been a good called game, in my opinion, up here. We appreciate the umpires and all the hard work that they do.
There's been such close pitches right on the line. He's done a great job.
On deck is Wynn. Pitch on the way. Again, too far inside. 3-0 now the count. Smith trying to find his rhythm. He's got 1 out to go, but a 3-0 count here on number 2, the designated hitter, Caleb Moore. 7th in the order, 0 for 2. He's due for 1. Georgetown doesn't want it to happen.
You bet.
Joshua Harris, the positive vibes
I'm
flowing.
sending him right now. If I could knock him down with my stare, it probably would.
That one curves in, and he walked him too high, and he will reach on a base on balls. That is your tying run at first base, and Adam Wynn. 0 for 2, struck out swinging both times in the 3rd and the 5th, respectively. And we may see a pitching change as Coach Adam Foster heads over to the mound.
Rob, I'd like to just say at this point with the positive vibes is, yeah, we've got a man on first, but I like the other side of that just to where we have a possibility now of either throwing it to second or first and getting a double play. And so that's what I'm hoping will happen here.
Well, that will be a pitching change for Georgetown. I believe that's Jackson Seosin, number 12, as the Georgetown fans on their feet clapping here for Grayson Smith. Seosin in a save situation for the Georgetown Eagles. So Jackson Seosin will head to the mound now for Georgetown. Georgetown 1 out away. There is a base runner at 1. Your tying run is at first. And Seosin on the mound now, getting those warm-up pitches. We'll keep things right here, Joshua. Jackson has been able to come in this season and do some great things, and he's got 1 out to do it, trying to give his team an opening Game 1 victory here against a very tough and competitive Magnolia Bulldog Baseball Club.
Rob, while we're getting this warm-up going, you mind if I give a couple of more of our sponsors?
Yeah, absolutely. Please
some
do.
Some of those. I think I'll just mention our organization, the Oak Ridge Disciple House. We're just so excited about sponsoring all of Georgetown athletics, but also everything that Rob's doing and supporting his work. But the Oak Ridge Disciple House is a nonprofit, faith-based Christian character building program for men 18 and up who have struggled and are ready to get out of the world of drugs and alcohol. And if you know someone or you yourself is ready and has had enough, you can visit us at www.oakridgedisciplehouse.com. Rob doesn't mind me saying this. I don't care about what you have and what you don't have. We're so much more than a treatment center or rehab, and we would love to help you. Also, coming in tonight are Mike Strawn and Mike Pickle with Texas Traditions Roofing. Texas Traditions Roofing is a proud supporter of Georgetown Eagle Baseball. Commercial and residential roofing repair and replacement. Texas Traditions Roofing is can be reached online at texastraditionsroofing.com. Also over there at Georgetown Interstate Transmission and Auto Repair, Joe K. Georgetown Internet Transmission and Auto Repair is honored to support Georgetown Eagle Baseball 2018, specializing in a wide variety of auto repair services. Their website is georgetownautorepair.com. We also have the Georgetown Shirt Company supporting Eagle Baseball. Georgetown Shirt Company specializes in screen printing, embroidery, promotional products, and much more. Their website is gtshirt.com. We'll get to the last of these here just a little bit later as our new pitcher is ready to go.
Jackson Siosen, a right-handed pitcher for Georgetown. He will be up against, this is another batter here, number 30 in place of Adam Wynn. And number 30 on our list here, he is a right-handed batter. That is Joey Raker. So Joey Raker now hitting. Two new guys, and the first pitch by Jack is going to be a strike 0-1.
We'd like to see new pitcher come in and just mow this down and let's go home.
Jackson Siosen, 17.2 innings pitched, played in 10 games. A second pitch, that one looked close. The Georgetown fans upset that was not called a strike. We see Jack's dad down there as well saying, what's up? 1-1 the count.
You can't blame him. That was if you could twin a pitch, that was about as twin as you could get on the pitch that he just called a strike on. So,
well, Siosen's got 4 saves in this 2018 campaign. Trying to get 5 here, which is the hugest. This one is going to be hit over into the glove of Copeau and got him out at second base. Georgetown wins. Georgetown wins. Siosen comes in. He gets the save. Grayson Smith through 6 2/3. No runs on 1 hit, 5 strikeouts, and the Georgetown Eagles will take game 1. Joshua, in a few moments, I'm going to head down and talk things over with Coach Adam Foster and our Georgetown baseball player of the game, Grayson Smith. I'll send it over to you as we get things rolling here in the post game.
You better believe it, and things played out the way we had hoped with the man on first and to hit up the middle or hit to the third baseman or shortstop where we could either go to first or second, and that's exactly what happened. And so congratulations to the Georgetown Eagles for winning this first game, but we also want to thank Magnolia for giving us a good game, a good defensive game, and yes, you'd like it to be a little bit more a higher scoring game than that, but hey, we'll take the victory.
Well, Josh, I'll make my way down here as the microphone changes now. I'm on the wireless. Keep things rolling up here for me, brother. We're still live on 106.7 FM, KGTN-LP Georgetown. Georgetown takes game 1. Josh, I'll send it back to you as I head down to the field.
You better believe it. And as Rob heads down there to talk with the coach and talk with Smith, who has just pitched an incredible game tonight, I want to finish up and make sure that we get our sponsors in for the night. I talked about Georgetown shirt. Let's go with Gateway Mortgage Group and Matt Morrow over there. Gateway Mortgage Group is a proud supporter of Georgetown Eagle Baseball 2018. Home mortgage lender who believes it's all about the community, families, and homes. Gateway Mortgage Group is online at borrowfrommorrow, MORROW.com. Also supporting Georgetown Baseball 2018 is Georgetown U-Haul and Climatized Containers and Self-Storage. Georgetown U-Haul and Climatized Containers proudly supports Georgetown Eagle Baseball, one-stop shop for your moving supplies and all-around storage. Their website is climatizedcontainer.com. And that is Tall Harris over there at Georgetown U-Haul and Climatized Containers Self-Storage. We also want to mention Doug Groves and thank him for his support of Georgetown Eagle Baseball Pregame Insurance Group. Business insurance is their specialty. Their website is PIG, B as in boy, CS.com. And I'm going to send it down to Rob now, who is ready with these winners tonight.
Well, Joshua Harris, can you hear me up there in the booth?
I
think I about lost my voice after this game. What a great game by Georgetown is Dr. Fred Brent, the superintendent of Georgetown Independent School District, here in the house as well. We will have that interview with Coach Adam Foster as well as our Georgetown Eagle SHN baseball player of the game, Grayson Smith. In just a few moments after these playoff victories, they immediately get together. I don't know if you call it huddle up here in baseball, but they talk things over as they're clapping it through right now. So we will have that interview in just a few moments. Just want to let our radio listeners know that we will have that, so stay with us. Josh, I'll send it back up to you for a few moments and give you the thumbs up once we're ready.
You bet, and I think huddle is just fine there. They are huddled up. They are talking about how good tonight looked, even though it was a low-scoring game. The defense for the Georgetown Eagle team was absolutely superb. Didn't let anything get through. Didn't have a lot of big hits. Left men stranded on the base for the Bulldogs and got the 1-0 victory tonight. And so we'll take it. We'll take it going into tomorrow, which will first pitch will be at 1 p.m. back here in Bryan. So we'll play one tomorrow at 1 o'clock, and if the Bulldogs happen to get the victory, then we will play another game about 45 minutes right after that first game, 30 to 45 minutes, depending on how the call goes, and that third game will happen if needed. Rob is ready. I'm going to send it down to him.
Back down here on the field, Rob Hipp, do you guys have me up in the booth? I'm here with our SHN Sports Georgetown Eagle baseball player of the game, the pitcher tonight, number 14, Grayson Smith. You pitched through 6 2/3 innings, allowing no runs, only on 1 hit, 5 strikeouts. Grayson, talk about this matchup and your performance on the mound tonight, which was simply phenomenal. I know you had some help from the infield as well as your outfielders, but talk about this win and how much it means to your club here in Game 1.
It's like you said, a lot of help from the infield and outfield. I couldn't have done it without them. They're a good team playing point blank. But just going into this, I had to be ready, calm, cool, and collective, and I'm glad we got out of it. This is a huge win for us.
Grayson, talk about going into this week. I know that Coach says that it's not really about the rankings, but you guys are 2 of the top 5 teams here in the state of Texas. You go up against a team that has 2 prospects in the MLB top 50. What was in your mindset this week as you prepared for this game versus Magnolia here in Bryan?
Just another hitter. Got to give it to those guys. Yeah, they're good, but I just got to pitch to pitch. You know what I mean?
So I know through 6 2/3 there, as the coach pulled you, I know you desperately wanted to finish this one, but through 6 2/3, a phenomenal performance. Jack came in for the save. Talk about what Jackson Siosen has meant to this club, your teammate this season.
He's been a heck of a guy. I love having him on the team, and for him to come in and do that, I had zero doubt in my mind that he wasn't going to get out of it, and I'm very happy for him.
Well, Jackson Siosen, we're also live on 106.7 FM back at home in Georgetown. I know, man, half the town probably showed up here tonight, as they should have, but who do you want to give a shout-out to, some love tonight as you guys take Game 1 here versus Magnolia?
My catcher Wyatt, my girlfriend, and it's my mom's birthday today, so happy birthday, Mama.
Hey, awesome. We actually got a text message from them as well, so happy birthday. We gave her a shout-out over the air, so happy birthday to your mother, and we will continue things here in game number 2. Appreciate you, young man. So once again, your Georgetown Eagle SHN Sports player of the game, Grayson Smith, as head coach Adam Foster making his way over briefly. I know he wants to talk with his team, but Coach Foster, again, appreciate your accessibility this season. Boy, a defensive battle today. Talk about the pitching, though, from Grayson Smith through 6 2/3, no runs on 1 hit, 5 strikeouts. You got to talk about the play of Grayson Smith.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, he hadn't had his best the last 2 starts, and we had a little powwow yesterday and reminded him, you know, why he was our guy, why he was our Golden Arm winner, why he was the pitcher of the year of our district. And, you know, he just got in a little funk, and tonight he definitely came out of that funk and absolutely shoved it. So proud of him.
Well, Coach, once again, all of your team showing up as they've done all season. We talked about on the broadcast, Georgetown pitching, you won't see on the stat sheet a lot of strikeouts, but other things that happen that complement the pitching. This is a team that you go 1 through 9. You've got everybody involved. Playing against a very capable Magnolia team that has 2 of the top 50 MLB prospects, what was your mindset going into this game versus a very highly competitive Magnolia Bulldog team?
You know, that's what it was competition. We challenged our guys. You know, he's going to be up there throwing 90 to 95, and you better get a fastball and be ready and square it up. And we talked about every time there was a runner at third, we couldn't leave him there. And we left a few there, but we got one in, and that was the most important one.
Coach, talk about in that game, I was going to talk about a couple of those left on. What do you have to try to do in Game 2? It's very hard against a defensive team such as Magnolia, but to try to bring those runners in, Game 2, what is kind of the mindset now looking at tomorrow at 1 o'clock?
Well, you know, I just got done telling them, you know, in the playoffs from this point forward, there's no slouches. You know, everybody's supposed to be here, and you got to keep earning your way to the next round. So every time there's a runner in scoring position, we can't leave them, and if we do, that may be the cause of the end of our season. So we got to be super focused in on our at bats and make sure if we got no outs and a runner at third, we get the ground ball up the middle to get the RBI. We got to do little things. You know, we talk to them all the time about just playing the game. You got to play the game of baseball. You're trying to beat the game of baseball. You're not trying to beat the opponent.
Coach, this, I believe, here with the last final question here, this is the first field that we've played on that is turf all throughout. Talk about the gameplay on a field like this. I know on the infield we're used to it at Georgetown. How does that affect the outfield whenever you're playing on an all-turf field? It's a beautiful facility here.
Yeah, it's an outstanding facility. They've upgraded it, and the only difference really is it's really bouncy. So any fly balls in the outfield that bounce in front of outfielders have a chance to bounce over, and they're going to run to the wall if they do that. So there's not a whole bunch of adjustment. You know, we played at Eastview. They're fully turfed, and a couple during the tournament, so we're pretty accustomed to it.
Well, Coach, now Matt Leishman calling in, so you know he's going to say something about every time he calls in, the Eagles win. So we'll have him call in again tomorrow to keep that alive. But, again, he wanted to tell you hello as well as Galen Welnicki. Appreciate you, Coach.
Yeah, well, thank you. Hey, Galen, hope you're feeling better. And, Leishman, you keep making that phone call, buddy.
We'll have him call tomorrow for sure. Coach Adam Foster, Georgetown Eagles, here at Nutrabolt Stadium. The Georgetown Eagles take care of business in Game 1 against a very tough and worthy opponent of the Magnolia Bulldogs. Georgetown wins, though, 1-0 as we continue things here on 106.7 FM, KGTN LP Georgetown. I'll send it back up to Joshua Harris in the booth as I make my way back up there to close this one out. Joshua?
Yes, great job there, Rob, with those interviews with Smith, who is the winning pitcher for tonight, pitched in a great game. And I like what Coach Foster said. Coach Foster said, I talked to him yesterday, and he had been in a little bit of a funk the last 2 starts, and just said, hey, man, you got to get back to pitching baseball the way you know how to. And he came out tonight, and he shut down the Bulldogs, and a good Bulldog team that has hit and scored their opponents in this playoffs. And we were able to hold them to no score tonight. We didn't score a lot of runs, but we needed that one. I like what Coach Foster said is, you know, he told his guys, when we get runners on, we've got to bring them home. When we got a guy on third, we can't leave him there. They did leave a couple, but they got the one man on third home when they needed it, and that was the difference between tonight's ball game. Another thing that Coach Foster said that was a key, I believe, and right on the money, is that from this point forward, in this level of play and in this round of the playoffs, everyone is worthy to be here, and everyone can win. And so Georgetown from this point forward, including tomorrow, even going in with a 1-0 lead in this series, is going to have to play good baseball. Is going to have to get hits. Is going to have to play defense like they played tonight. I mean, I give it to Smith, who pitched a great game, but he had a lot of great help behind him. His defensive guys really didn't let anything get by him, made the plays when they need to, and Georgetown comes out with a 1-0 victory tonight, and it is fun baseball in the playoffs. Rob's made it back up in the booth. He's doing a few things. So we just want to tell you thank you so much. We want to make sure, I know Rob always makes a point, and we want to do that a few times, is thanking the Magnolia fans and the team for coming and giving us a great game. They were a class act tonight. They have great ball players, great families, and so it's going to be a fun weekend. If we play 1, great. If we play 2, hey, it's going to be a great, great day of baseball tomorrow. Saturday, 1 p.m. is going to be first pitch for Game 2.
Friday.
And, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, man, thank you, Rob. I'm a day ahead because of last weekend. You're right. Today is Thursday. Friday, 1 p.m. And so now I know a lot of you may be working, but looks like Rob said earlier that we will be on the radio again tomorrow. Yep. We got in a little bit late tonight because of some difficulties, but we want to thank them for getting it on for the last couple of innings. We're going to be on tomorrow, first pitch, probably go on about 150 or so.
Well, it's at first pitch is at 1, so we'll probably be on about 12:50.
12:50,
We'll definitely
yeah.
try to get Matt Leishman to call back in again if he's available.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, Josh, as we look at the final stats here for the designated home team, the Georgetown Eagles scoring 1 run that made the difference here in this 1-0 victory. They get that 1 run on 5 hits. There were 6 left on base. Georgetown committing in this ball game 2 errors. As we talk about the Bulldogs of Magnolia, no runs, only on 1 hit. You talk about the pitching of Grayson Smith, simply unbelievable tonight against a top 50 pitcher in the state of Texas, and actually nationally if you look at it that way, because in the MLB top 50, and Grayson Smith right up there competing with him. We still did want to give a shout out though to Adam Klopfenstein. He was a strikeout machine tonight.
I mean, he threw that ball well tonight. And for us to get out of here with the win tonight, the way we didn't really get a lot of runs and things like that, the way he pitched, give credit to the Georgetown team, but also it was fun to watch. I really enjoyed watching him pitch tonight because he put on a pitching display tonight with his control and his speed. Was next level for sure.
Well, Georgetown ends up leaving 3 on base, but it doesn't matter. They're the victorious here, the victors, if you will, here this evening as Georgetown goes up. Very briefly, though, this is a Magnolia Bulldog team that is not it has been a situation where they've been in this situation before with one game down and having to come back. It happened in 2017. They lost the opening round of that 3-game series versus Cedar Park, though. They won that one 11-1 and then lost the last two. So, and then you go back to 2016, they couldn't get out of the area round. So this is a whole different Magnolia Bulldog team. They're wanting to do big things. We'll have that broadcast tomorrow, 12:50 on the air on 106.7 FM, KGTNLP, Georgetown. Very quickly, Joshua, any final closing remarks as we sign off here?
Well, like I said just a minute ago, and I'll just repeat it like you said, the Bulldogs are going to come in tomorrow just like we came in last Saturday after going down to Ennis in that first game, and they're going to come into play tomorrow. And so we're, like Coach Foster said, every game now is next level. Every game is worthy. Either team can win. We're going to have to play our best baseball. It's going to be fun to watch. I just want to say thanks again, Rob, for allowing me to be a part of this with you. We do pray for Galen, and Galen, as long as you need a fill-in, I'll be glad to do it. But we pray that you're just getting stronger and stronger, and look forward to hanging out with you tomorrow, Rob.
Well, once again, we appreciate all the fine sponsors here for making this possible tonight. Georgetown Eagle Playoff Baseball presented by Cruising Kitchens, Cameron Davids. A thanks to the Oak Ridge Disciple House, Joshua Harris. Shout out to Wes Strahan and Mike Pickle from Texas Tradition Roofings. Also our good friend Joe Kay at Georgetown Interstate Transmission and Automotive Repair. Couldn't do it without you guys. Craig and Sandy Mooney, the Georgetown Shirt Company. Matt Morrow, Gateway Mortgage Group. Our friend Tall Harris from Georgetown U-Haul and Climatized Container Self-Storage. And last but definitely not least, Mr. Doug Groves from the Program Insurance Group. Again, we thank you for your fine sponsorship and supporting Georgetown Eagle Playoff Baseball. Grayson Smith gets the win through 6 2/3. No runs on 1 hit, 5 strikeouts. Jackson Seosin with the save tonight. Georgetown victorious 1-0. Your happy final score again, 1-0. Georgetown improves 1-0 in this best-of-3 series. We'll be back on the air 12:50 tomorrow, 106.7 FM, KGTNLP Georgetown, and also on the SHNSports.com broadcast network. If you've got Alexa or Google Home, simply ask to listen to SHN Sports 24/7 or Georgetown Community Radio. It'll go right there to your smart device. We will catch up with you. Again, happy final score, Georgetown 1, Magnolia 0. We'll be back on the air tomorrow. As I always like to say, friends, we're not strong enough alone to make it our own. We need each other, so provide a word of encouragement, lend a hand of support. Somebody out there tonight needs you. Good night from Bryan, Texas. We'll catch up with you tomorrow.